And welcome to tonight's BBB TV Channel 12 broadcast as Oneida is in town to take on the Rockwood Tigers. We've got football weather finally. We're 7 weeks in, or this is the 7th week of high school football, believe it or not. And we have had a great season so far that has been marred by confusion and COVID-19. In fact, because I don't plan on talking about it later at all, Scott High had to cancel its game with Austin East because Austin East had to shut down school for 2 weeks. So the Highlanders get the COVID-19 victory, which is also a region win for Scott High over over Austin East. So in tonight's broadcast, we've got a great game as Oneida is 4-1, and Tony Lambert's squad will try to go to 5-1 against John Webb's Rockwood Tigers. We're at Tom Pemberton Stadium and Civitan Field for this one, and I would also like to welcome in our title sponsor, which is OEB Law. And OEB Law turns your wreck into a check. Any wreck, big or small, can turn your life upside down with bills, inconvenience, lost wages, and stress. OEB understands and knows you need a full and fair compensation for those losses and to help you get your life back to as normal as possible. Go to wreckintoacheck.com or give a call to 865-546-1111 to see what OEB Law can do for you. Again, this is the BBB TV Channel 12 Game of the Week. It's Oneida and Rockwood. We'll discuss and let you know some things going on in the area when we get back on BBB TV Channel 12.
OEB Law is excited to be a part of this year's football season. School spirit is at an all-time high. OEB Law is proud to give back and support our community. Come cheer on these great teams with us. And remember, if you've been injured or need legal help, OEB Law will be there for you. So visit wreckintoacheck.com or give us a call, 865-546-1111, and let OEB Law turn your wreck into a check.
The Harriman Utility Board is committed to providing safe and reliable natural gas service to our customers in Harriman and Roane County through the use of safe operational procedures with trained and knowledgeable personnel. An odorant is added to natural gas and maintained to a certain level so that in the event of a gas leak it can be easily detected. If you smell or suspect a natural gas leak, please call the Harriman Utility Board at 882-3242. We can be reached 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Here is Helen Hammer.
Thank you, Mr. Walker.
A lot of years have passed since that TV ad. Hammer stores are still offering up-to-the-minute fashions for men and women, famous label outdoor wear and boots, area rugs, and exciting purchases. All at Hammer's famous low prices.
Race on down!
Planning a funeral can be difficult at best, but it can be a lot easier if you work with people who care. That's Davis Funeral Home in Harriman and Wartburg. Davis Funeral Home gives attention to every detail, ensuring your loved ones will be remembered with honor and integrity. Davis Funeral Home works very hard to give you the most professional service possible. Davis Funeral Homes, Morgan Avenue in Harriman and Old Mill Road in Wartburg. Davis Funeral Homes, people who care.
You won this year's chili cook-off. Our girls played in the softball finals last spring. You're not just another policyholder to us. We remember your name. Hi, Cheryl.
He remembered my name.
Because it's your name. That's simple human sense.
Ask Griffin Insurance Agency in Kingston if auto owners make sense for you.
Jeff, Mary, Dan, Sarah.
Evans Mortuary has been serving the needs of families in and around Roane County since 1976. As established members of our hometown community, we understand the security of dealing with people you know you can trust. We build our reputation on this trust. The Evans family appreciates the confidence the community has expressed in us over the years and will constantly strive to earn that favor. Evans Mortuary, 805 North Gateway.
I gotta go shower.
It's laundry night.
Dishwasher needs to run.
And the hot water wars. A Renai tankless water heater gives you an endless supply of hot water for everything you need to do.
Feel the comforts of home with natural gas. Natural gas tankless water heaters cost almost 3 times less to operate annually than the electric models. Make the switch today.
Renai, hot water for all.
Hi, I'm Ray Varner, and we've got the vehicles you need to make the most of this season.
Whether you're exploring the great outdoors or cheering on your favorite team, let's take your fall to the next level in this new 2020 Ford F-150, $24,990. New 2020 Ford Explorer XLT, $40,986. New 2020 Ford Fusion, $19,698. At Ray Varner Ford in Clinton, we are Ford Truck Country. Come and see us today. Shop RayVarnerFord.com.
All right, crew, let's get started. All right.
Don't ignore the law. You must call 811 at least 2 to 3 days before any digging project so you can avoid hitting our essential buried utilities. For digging projects big or small, make the call to 811.
And welcome back into the OEB Law Game of the Week. All right, welcome back into the OEB Law Game of the Week. I am Aaron Harvey, and OEB is an East Tennessee-based law firm with a national practice. OEB is led by Timothy G. Elrod. Elrod is from and still calls Anderson County his home. OEB is practiced in state, federal, and city courts. At OEB, we treat our clients like family and are proud to have earned a reputation as East Tennessee's premier personal injury law office, and that's why they've been voted the best of Tennessee for the past 3 years. Tonight it is Oneida at Rockwood, but we have a lot of football going on this week as we look at scores from last night. Bearden defeats Hardin Valley in the rivalry Thursday game of the week, and that gives Bearden its first win of the season. Hardin Valley still looking for its first victory. And Alcoa gets the region win over Northview Academy. That final score, 56-8. Let's look at tonight's schedule for some area teams. Anderson County is at East Ridge. Midway is at Coalfield. Oliver Springs at Harriman. Sunbright at Oakdale. Oneida is at Rockwood, of course. That's the game we're covering tonight. West is at Clinton. Oak Ridge at Carnes. Campbell County is at Powell. Cumberland Gap is at Wartburg. And Kingston does not have a game tonight. And for the first time tonight, I would like to welcome in the one, the only Coach James Gibson. This dude it has been busy today on a Friday, so he was a little bit late getting here, but that's okay. We don't care. We're just glad that you're here.
Whew, I'm out of breath. That's a pretty good little jog.
Yeah. Well, that's good. We're just, like I said, we're just glad you're here. So let's go ahead, and I just went over the schedule for some of the games tonight. Let's talk about some of those games in more detail. A lot of people are going to be talking about this game in Single A in East Tennessee, Midway at Coalfield. Coalfield was expected to take a small step back, but so far the Yellow Jackets look like a classic Keith Henry team. Midway, on the other hand, has been a nice surprise, and folks south of the river think the Green Wave can bring a gold ball, or I'm sorry, not a ball, but a gold plaque to their town. What do you see in this one?
Well, this is a huge game for this region and for East Tennessee. Midway will lean heavy on Hedgeland, who's thrown for over 1,100 yards this year, Aaron. and he can also beat you with his feet. But Cofield has a very strong defense, so it's going to be a game that I'm going to keep my eyes on tonight.
And speaking of surprises, Oakdale's had a great start to this season. The smallest school in Morgan County is vying for second place in the county when they welcome Sunbright tonight. These two teams have a common opponent in Red Boiling Springs. Sunbright played the Bulldogs in its first game. Oakdale played them in their last game. Sunbright won 41-6. Oakdale won 39-6. That's a 2-point difference. This could be a pretty good game tonight.
Oh, this is a classic rivalry. Anytime you talk to that older generation, this game meant a lot. This is it's one of the bigger rivalries in Morgan County. So to see these two teams play tonight, it's going to be big. They're very similar athletically, and it's always going to be a close game no matter what. But I strongly believe that Coach J.R. Voles is going to have that team ready to play. So keep an eye on it.
A playoff spot potentially on the line tonight as Wartburg plays Cumberland Gap. The home team has won the last 3 contests, and tonight's meeting is at the Dog Pound. One of these teams gets a significant leg up in the playoff race. How do you see this one playing out?
Oh, this one's a total toss-up on paper, but I think Coach Human and company will have the Dogs ready to play tonight, and I think they're going to get their first win of the 2020 season.
One more for the small schools as Oliver Springs goes to Harriman. This is a big opportunity for both of these schools to establish their destiny for the rest of the season.
Yeah, this is another classic Roane County rivalry, and this one's going to be a battle early on. Oliver Springs will look to overpower Harriman with a lot of heavy dose of running game. So let's see if Harriman can keep it close early.
And look at your screen right now. I've always heard the saying, red sky at night, sailor's delight. But I think tonight, red sky at night, football fans' delight. We've got a great atmosphere here, football weather. We've got a great game scheduled for you as 2 classic power programs in East Tennessee are getting together. And so it's going to be a great one tonight in your OEB Law Game of the Week. We got some other games around the area that we want to preview first before we get into this one. And so we'll do that when we get back.
OEB Law is excited to be a part of this year's football season. School spirit is at an all-time high. OEB Law is proud to give back and support our community. Come cheer on these great teams with us. And remember, if you've been injured or need legal help, OEB Law will be there for you. So visit wreckintoacheck.com or give us a call, 865-546-1111, and let OEB Law turn your wreck into a check.
The Harriman Utility Board is committed to providing safe and reliable natural gas service to our customers in Harriman and Roane County through the use of safe operational procedures with trained and knowledgeable personnel. An odorant is added to natural gas and maintained to a certain level so that in the event of a gas leak it can be easily detected. If you smell or suspect a natural gas leak, please call the Harriman Utility Board at 882-3242. We can be reached 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Here is Helen Hammer.
Thank you, Mr. Walker.
A lot of years have passed since that TV ad. Hammer stores are still offering up-to-the-minute fashions for men and women, famous label outdoor wear and boots, area rugs, and exciting purchases. All at Hammer's famous low prices.
Race on down!
Planning a funeral can be difficult at best, but it can be a lot easier if you work with people who care. That's Davis Funeral Home in Harriman and Wartburg. Davis Funeral Home gives attention to every detail, ensuring your loved ones will be remembered with honor and integrity. Davis Funeral Home works very hard to give you the most professional service possible. Davis Funeral Homes, Morgan Avenue in Harriman and Old Mill Road in Wartburg. Davis Funeral
A little bit of a breeze blows that Star-Spangled Banner, and that's the same thing that Francis Scott Key saw when he wrote our nation's anthem. And congratulations to the Rockwood High School Marching Band being able to be out there with COVID-19. A great performance of our national anthem. As this is the OEB Law Game of the Week, we are at Civitan Field for a great one tonight as Oneida has made the trip to Rockwood to take on the Tigers. So let's look at some more of our games this week. Surprise, surprise, James Hoot Gibson. Central's pretty dang good. The two-time defending state champion has Halls tonight after picking up Hall's opponent last week. The Red Devils were on a COVID vacation, which allowed Central to play Powell. The Panthers put it on Central. So now the Bobcats get the revenge on Halls for sending the opponent that gave them their first loss of the season, ending a 10-game winning streak. The question I have, though, is Halls, who had 2 weeks off, better off by having those 2 weeks off? Is there an advantage to it, or do you think it's a disadvantage?
It's a disadvantage. Yes, you're going to be, a little more healthy. You should be the healthier team, but there is no substitute for live repetition under the lights on Friday. This cannot be understated.
And I said that I wasn't going to bring it up again, but I will bring it up just one more time briefly. Austin East closes school down for 2 weeks. They got to cancel their game tonight with Scott High. The Highlanders get the victory due to COVID because of that. So Austin East is going to be dealing with the same thing. They're going to have to take 2 weeks off mid-season. So you think that that's a disadvantage, so we'll have to see how that plays out with the Roadrunners as well. The Smoky Mountain's going to be full of football fans tonight as Pigeon Forge matches up with Gatlinburg-Pittman. Each team suffered a single loss, and County Pride's on the line. These two teams have played each other every single year since Pigeon Forge started playing football in 2001. GP leads the series 15-4. The last 2 games have been blowouts, but coming into the game last year, the Tigers were 0-5 and 1-4 the previous year. We've got a good one brewing up in Dollywood Shadow.
Oh, yes, we do. This is going to be a slugfest. Watch this game go down to the wires. Both teams refuse to lose each other. Those players do not want to lose to their bitter rivals, and they don't want to hear all that trash talk for another whole year. So no, it's going to be a doozy.
County pride, but also you see these people that you've grown up with that you're playing against, and yeah, it means a little bit more when you know these people. So anyway, Farragut and Science Hill going to do battle in Steve Spurrier's former stomping grounds. Thoughts on this one?
If Farragut doesn't come out fast and playing with a lot of fight, this one could get out of control, as Science Hill is very talented. They've got several college athletes on that roster.
We're 6 weeks through the season tonight. We'll be 7 weeks through. What are some of the biggest surprises so far this season to you?
Well, if you would have told me a team with only 15 players, all starters playing both ways, on special teams, on everything, basically playing classic Iron Man football back in the 50s, would be setting at a 4-2 record, I would have called you a liar. So, the biggest surprise so far is the Oakdale Eagles out of Morgan County. That's the biggest surprise for me.
Oakdale got that win over Wartburg to prove that this isn't a fluke of a season. They really are a great team this year, and it'll be fun to see what they do against the Sunbright Tigers tonight. Again, this is the OEB Law Game of the Week. A good one is brewing because Oneida is in town ready to play. The one-loss Oneida Indians suffered their first loss last week. They'll be looking to get revenge against John Webb's Rockwood Tigers. We'll talk about that game when we get back on your OEB Law Game of the Week.
You won this year's chili cook-off. Our girls played in the softball finals last spring. You're not just another policyholder to us. We remember your name. Hi, Cheryl.
He remembered my name.
Because it's your name. That's simple human sense.
Ask Griffin Insurance Agency in Kingston if auto owners make sense for you.
Jeff, Mary, Dan, Sarah.
Evans Mortuary has been serving the needs of families in and around Roane County since 1976. As established members of our hometown community, we understand the security of dealing with people you know you can trust. We build our reputation on this trust. The Evans family appreciates the confidence the community has expressed in us over the years and will constantly strive to earn that favor. Evans Mortuary, 805 North Gateway.
I gotta go shower.
It's laundry night.
Dishwasher needs to run.
And the hot water wars. A Renai tankless water heater gives you an endless supply of hot water for everything you need to do.
Feel the comforts of home with natural gas. Natural gas tankless water heaters cost almost 3 times less to operate annually than the electric models. Make the switch today.
Renai, hot water for all.
Hi, I'm Ray Varner, and we've got the vehicles you need to make the most of this season.
Whether you're exploring the great outdoors or cheering on your favorite team, let's take your fall to the next level in this new 2020 Ford F-150, $24,990. New 2020 Ford Explorer XLT, $40,986. New 2020 Ford Fusion, $19,698. At Ray Varner Ford in Clinton, we are Ford Truck Country. Come and see us today. Shop RayVarnerFord.com.
All right, crew, let's get started. Hurry.
Don't ignore the law. You must call 811 at least 2 to 3 days before any digging project so you can avoid hitting our essential buried utilities. For digging projects big or small, make the call to 811.
And back at your OEB Law Game of the Week, OEB is a terrific team of lawyers, paralegals, legal assistants, and support staff that knows the effect a car wreck or injury can have to a person. The team works extremely hard to help resolve the claims so that they can move forward from a tragic incident and focus on rebuilding and recovering their life with a full and fair compensation, whether it's through a settlement or a lawsuit. OEB Law is the number to call, 865-546-1111. Go to reckontoacheck.com for more information. Now let's get into our main event tonight, and that is Rockwood and Oneida. It's been a great rivalry, but really not a storied one. The two teams first met in 1969 and only played 7 times over the next 38 years. Since then, however, they played 9 times. 5 of the last 7 meetings have been decided by less than 1 score, including last year's 32-27 Oneida victory. The Indians are led by head coach Tony Lambert in his 11th season and second stint. Rockwood, of course, led by John Webb, who has been the ball coach here for a quarter of a century. Imagine that. What's interesting is that in Coach Webb's first year in 1996, he got his 3rd ever win, and it came against this Oneida Indian team, and it would be the last time that these two teams played for 11 years. Webb's overall record against the Indians is 5-4, while Lambert's record against Rockwood is 5-3. Am I leaving anything out?
Nope. This is why we're here, folks. It's going to be a good one. You've got 2 of the better coaches in East Tennessee, in my opinion, especially defensively with Coach Tony Lambert at Oneida. It's going to be a good one.
Now, work with me here. Put this picture in your mind as I describe it to you. I think it's fair to describe Rockwood's season like a camel's back. Am I right? Up and down. Win, loss, loss, win. Oneida, on the other hand, just suffered its first loss of the season last week against Upperman. However, something to keep in mind is they do have a common opponent in Oliver Springs. Oneida took down Oz in Week 1 by a score of 14-6, while Rockwood took care of business during rivalry Thursday, knocking off the Bobcats 35-8. Given how the styles of these two teams are very similar, do you draw anything from the OS games?
Well, normally you would for sure, but these high school teams, they're so different in their personnel that it's hard to really. They're very similar, but they do so many different things just according to the personnel that they have for that year.
This is our first look at Oneida, but we do know all about Colby Morgan. He's been offered by Navy, Army, Tennessee Tech, University of the Cumberlands. Dynamic running back for this team that loves to pound the rock, but he's also an all-state punter. How excited are you to see this kid?
I believe his average is 38.7, which is like top 10 in the state of Tennessee. It's impressive. You're talking about a kid that's 6 foot, 215 pounds, a monster running back who has ran the ball for over 772 yards, 10 touchdowns so far. He's the real deal and one of the better prospects in the region. I'm talking all East Tennessee. Rockwood will have to key on this guy all night, or he will make them pay.
Let's say that you're coaching the defense for a second, and you know that Oneida's got a guy like Colby Morgan what goes into the game plan to even try to stop this kid?
Well, from the game film, the limited game film that I saw, Aaron, he was touching the ball 30-something times. So defensively, we're keying him through the guards to the fullback, and he'll lead us to the promised land. So a rally to the football, make contact, and run through the football, and let's try to slow him down.
Morgan is dealing with major adversity as his younger brother Isaac suffered a car accident a few weeks ago and was airlifted to UT Medical Center. Both of his legs were badly broken, and his recovery is going to be a long road. So that's another storyline to keep in mind as we watch the older brother Colby play tonight.
Yeah, that's truly devastating for the Morgan family, and we're all keeping them in our prayers. It's truly devastating. Please keep them in your prayers.
Rockwood is looking for consistency at quarterback as Coach Webb's team has played at least 3 different signal callers throughout the season. Rockwood's success may also hinge on the health of young Jaden Hannibal, if healthy. Seeing Hannibal and Morgan on the same field will be worth every penny you at home are paying to see it. Ha ha ha, that's a joke. What are the keys tonight?
For Oneida, run the football, control the line of scrimmage, and control the time of possession and force turnovers. Rockwood, you cannot turn the ball over. You cannot have 20 penalties like we've seen before. Clean football, mistake-free football, and you'll have a good game here tonight.
Tonight's game also brought to you by the mayor of Rockwood and council members Steve Bryant, Jason Jolly, Shane True, Mike Fuller, Harold Holloway, and Bobby Anderson, all big fans of the Rockwood Fighting Tigers, and hope they have a winning season this year so that they will be in the playoff picture at the end of this season. As Mayor Brillo Miller would say, go Tigers, play hard tonight and win, win, win. And they're going to have to play hard tonight to win, win, win. As you see the standings overall there for Region 2, Oneida, Rockwood, possibly this game. Well, it's not possibly even. This game right here will determine a home or away playoff spot. Whoever wins this game is pretty much guaranteed a home game in the playoffs. So that's another thing to watch tonight that makes this game a big deal.
Yeah, this is a game to be at tonight, folks. You're not going to have a better one to see tonight and Friday here in Roane County, that's for sure.
Civitan Field, Rockwood, Roane County. That's where this one is taking place. I'm Aaron Harvey, joined by James Gibson, and we'll get ready for kickoff and more when we get back on your OEB Law Game of the Week.
OEB Law is excited to be a part of this year's football season. School spirit is at an all-time high. OEB Law is proud to give back and support our community. Come cheer on these great teams with us. And remember, if you've been injured or need legal help, OEB Law will be there for you. So visit wreckintoacheck.com or give us a call, 865-546-1111, and let OEB Law turn your wreck into a check.
The Harriman Utility Board is committed to providing safe and reliable natural gas service to our customers in Harriman and Roane County through the use of safe operational procedures with trained and knowledgeable personnel. An odorant is added to natural gas and maintained to a certain level so that in the event of a gas leak it can be easily detected. If you smell or suspect a natural gas leak, please call the Harriman Utility Board at 882-3242. We can be reached 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Here is Helen Hammer.
Thank you, Mr. Walker.
A lot of years have passed since that TV ad. Hammer stores are still offering up-to-the-minute fashions for men and women, famous label outdoor wear and boots, area rugs, and exciting purchases. All at Hammer's famous low prices.
Race on down!
Welcome back into the OEB Law Game of the Week as our captains are making their way onto the field now. These two teams are all about ball control. They're going to run it. They're going to run it. They're going to run it. As a matter of fact, Oneida has only thrown for a little more than 200 yards on the season. They're looking to run it, run it, run it. We know that from experience of watching Rockwood that Rockwood is going to do the exact same thing, James Gibson. So as we see the coin toss, Oneida has won, defer to the second half. Makes sense. It's going to be a field position kind of game tonight.
No, yeah, time of possession. Whoever holds the ball longer tonight will get the win. It's going to be power football, classic, nothing special. Whoever controls the line of scrimmage is usually going to be the winner in these type of football games.
And team captain on the field tonight for Oneida winning that coin toss was Colby Morgan. We will be seeing a lot more of that young man, and we're going to be saying his name a bunch. Very talented player. As we await the arrival of the Rockwood Tigers, getting set up, about to run through the sign. And then we are going to be able to set this thing up and play some football.
Yeah, it's beautiful weather tonight. I believe it's about 54 degrees, just a little bit of wind. I don't see any rain clouds in the area either, so I think we're going to have a good, perfect weather tonight.
Let me ask you this. Acclimation. Acclimation is important. When you're talking about different temperatures and things, in football is unique because it's an outside sport where the weather changes from the beginning of the season. You come out in August and you play, and it's hot as blazes. I mean, we're up here calling the game sweating. We know the players are hot with all that equipment on.
Yeah.
And then you play for a couple of months. You get acclimated to that hot weather, and then all of a sudden you get to this time of year, and it's cold. It hurts a little bit more. You feel it a little bit more every time you get hit. How difficult is it for players to make that transition?
Well, I tell you, really, football players prefer it a little bit colder. This is perfect football weather. You're running in this, and you're not sweating as nearly as bad. You're not cramping. So this is perfect football weather, and these guys are ready to play some football. Now, it will bother some guys. You'll see them wearing those sleeves and some long handles and stuff, and that's just today's generation.
It's funny you say that. I remember Butch Jones, when he was at Tennessee, wouldn't allow his players to wear sleeves. It was like an intimidation factor.
You see that all the time. I remember seeing that in the media, Knoxville media, and it being a big to-do, and that's common across college football. You see that all the time. It's mental. The mental part of the game is a huge aspect of the game that that don't really be talked about enough. It's major.
Getting set for a Davis Funeral Home kickoff. Davis Funeral Home with 2 locations in Harriman and Wartburg. Go to davisfuneralhomes.com for more information. Getting ready to kick this one deep for Oneida is Aiden Love. Love, good kick, taken at the 21-yard line, and getting upfield. Gets a lot of blockers, crosses the 35, down at the 37-yard line is Dryston Turner. And so Rockwood will begin this game with pretty good field position. It was a high spinner, kind of short, kicked away from Jaden Hannibal. I probably think we should expect to see that for the rest of the night.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. You will not see them kick to Jaden Hannibal, and if they do, he will punish them. He will return that thing faster than you can breathe.
On Hammers, 1st and 10, the very first Hammers 1st and 10 of the game. Dryston Turner starts at quarterback. Handoff goes up the middle and across the 45, or close to the 45 rather, is Dakota Waldo. And Waldo picks up a pretty good gain on 1st down.
Waldo, we've seen him several times this year. He is a dominant force for this Rockwood football team. Not the fastest player, but one of the better field vision guys in this region.
Pickup of 7 will bring up 2nd and 3. Quickly to the line is Rockwood. Handoff up the middle. This time it's going to go to Octavius Worthy. Worthy crosses the 45 and crosses the line to gain for that Hammers 1st and 10.
Oneida's linebacker did a really good job filling there. The fullback dive play for Rockwood had no success due to that really good play.
So 2 carries for this Rockwood team. No surprise there, but maybe a little bit of a surprise that those 2 carries worked as well as they did for this Rockwood Tiger team, and a Hammers 1st and 10 will be had at the 47. Rockwood gets the play in. Single wing under center is Turner. Turner handoff. and trying to make some moves and getting up to the 50 before finally forward progress is stopped. That's Dominique Moran.
Simple misdirection counter play, trying to get the over-pursuing linebackers for Oneida flowing to the outside, and they come back underneath. But unfortunately for the Rockwood player, he bounced it outside, and that's not what you want to do in that play. You want to bounce that inside and follow those big guys up front.
3-yard gain brings up 2nd and 7. Here's a quick pitch, goes to Waldo. Waldo crosses midfield, maybe picks up a yard before he's knocked out of bounds.
Simple pitch play outside, and the Oneida cornerback did an excellent job coming upfield and taking on that running back.
So the first third down of the game. Third, we're going to call it third and a long 4, a short 5. Turner lines up in the shotgun this time, sends a man in motion. That's Moran, and somebody jumped. That might have been on Oneida, and if it was, that's going to be very close to a first down. And it is encroachment, Oneida. After the 5-yard penalty, that I believe that's going to be enough for a first down.
Yeah, the big defensive tackle, big number 78 for Oneida, jumped a little bit early, and Rockwood did a good job seeing that and moving it. Got to be able to watch the ball up front if you're going to play the defensive line.
That's got to drive you nuts. He's right in front of the ball.
Yeah. You got to watch it.
Turner under center. And maybe another man jump, but didn't go off sides as Moran gets the handoff. Picks up about 2 before he's brought down, trying to bring it across the left side.
Now, that time they came back with the same play they ran earlier that he bounced outside. Well, this time he bounces more inside, and you see he has a little bit more of a hole there, especially if that offensive line can keep the block a little bit longer.
And we got to see Chuck Fleischman's smiling face on that replay. 2-yard gain brings up 2nd and 8. Turner under center, wings to both sides, single man in the backfield. Turner fakes the handoff. Pass. Now he's looking to pass, throws it way upfield. That's a wobbling duck, but wide open, and that pass ball's incomplete. It looked like, who ran up? It looked like Hannibal maybe got in front of that ball. It looked like Zadrian Fickey maybe had a better chance at catching that.
Yeah, the safety for Oneida, number 9, Joel Crouch, the senior, came in big there to deliver the hit on Jaden Hannibal to secure that ball being incomplete. Quarterback for Rockwood just threw it up for a prayer, and unfortunately it was not answered for Rockwood.
I believe in that situation, based on the way it ended, maybe Turner was late delivering that football. So now Turner operates out of the shotgun, and we had Oneida jumped again. And here the ball goes up again. Man is there, and that pass is incomplete. And that was attempted. It was thrown to Owen Heil, and just a little bit short. Heil adjusted to the football, but unable to bring it down.
Rockwood going with the throw game early, which is surprising to me. But really, they see something they like, which I don't see what they like. That was double coverage.
Yeah.
But, hey, you like the aggressiveness out of Rockwood early.
Howell back into the game to punt this football away. Back deep to receive for Oneida. Really difficult to see because of the orange numbers on the white jerseys. But nice spiraling punt by Heil. Bounces dead at the 13-yard line, it looks like, and that's where Oneida will begin its first possession of the game with the Hammers 1st and 10. So first play for Oneida on offense, going to be a handoff to Morgan, you think?
I would put my money on it.
Oneida comes out in a 3-wide set, 2 wide receivers to the near side. snap. Handoff, Morgan, running room, Morgan across the 25 down to the 26-yard line. He picks up enough for the Hammers 1st and 10.
Yeah, he's the real deal, Aaron. This kid, he will be playing college ball somewhere next year, and they're going to be happy with him wherever he goes. I mean, to me, he looks like a classic wing T type of fullback, an Army, a Navy, an Air Force, an Academy, such. He's a good-looking ball player. If he can keep growing, he'll be playing on Saturday somewhere.
Has offers from Army and Navy. And handoff Morgan. Morgan finding running room again up the middle and marches off at least 9 yards.
And even though he's very good, all thanks and credit goes to the offensive line right there. They absolutely blew open a massive hole that I could have drove a tractor through right there.
A big green tractor.
A big green tractor.
Not just any tractor.
Or a big orange tractor for Oneida. That's impressive.
And here's Colton Daugherty, gets the snap, handoff, up the middle again, goes to Morgan, and Morgan almost loses the football. But Morgan gets across the 40 down to the 41-yard line. A pickup of a long 4 will bring up second about 6.
And number 53 for Rockwood, Billy Kofer, really blew that play up, 6'2", 235. He's who calls that play. Good job by that young man.
Daugherty under center this time. Morgan in the backfield, a power I set. Morgan with a lead blocker, takes it off left tackle, tries to get upfield, gets to the 44-yard line, a pickup of 2. Rockwood does a great job corralling him that time.
Yeah, and Dakota Waldo in on the very good tackle, stopping a big first down there.
So Oneida faced with its first third down of the game, a 3rd and about 4.
Perfect job on the replay, getting the extension off the blocker and able to shred him and get outside and make the tackle for a very small gain.
Elijah Phillips, the fullback, and the lead blocker as Morgan gets the handoff again and crosses midfield. Gets enough for another Hammers 1st and 10. What a workhorse.
Yeah, he is. Tough running. You see how light he is on his feet. He's a special player, and when he's in the ball game, he's a definite game changer, as you see there on the replay.
Thank you, Chuck Fleischman, for supplying that. Morgan does come out for this play, however. And handoff goes up the middle, and small pickup on that. Getting the carry this time looks like Buttram. Noah Buttram.
Big Noah Bertram. It don't have his weight listed, but he is a big running back. And there's always Bertrams up at Buttrams, and everything else in Oneida every season, and they're always a big dominant player up there for them.
Yeah, it's funny. Each community has its set of last names that you just expect to see.
Interesting formation here with twins on a.
And Daugherty hands off, going up the middle, as Colby Morgan has re-entered the football game and gets across the 40, might have enough for another first down. He's a little bit short.
Oneida's offensive line has really dominated this game so far. They're staying low, keeping the low shoulder pad ground to the gravity, and doing a really good job pushing those big guys for Rockwood. They're just getting underneath their shoulder pads and driving them off the ball.
And you're going to expect that out of a Tony Lambert team.
Yeah,
absolutely. Every year.
Well coached.
Power I formation again. Daugherty under center, handoff Morgan, straight up the middle on a dive play. Gets to the 35-yard line before he's brought down.
I mean, that just shows you right there on that play. He drug 6'4", 295-pounder Jackson Kelly an additional 3 to 5 yards there on the play. He's the real deal.
That'll bring up another Hammers 1st and 10 for Oneida. The Indians set up at the 35-yard line.
And Oneida not doing anything special or fancy.
Nope. However, Daugherty is operating out of the shotgun this time. 2 wide receivers to the far side, handoff Morgan. And Morgan stopped in the backfield and dropped for a loss of about half a yard.
Gavin Evans coming in big, the senior, 5'10", 210 pounds, recognized the play early, flew to the football, and made a very good tackle.
And so for the first time on this drive, Oneida doesn't pick up positive yards on first down and has to work behind the sticks, albeit just about 4 inches behind the sticks. 2nd and a long 10 is what we'll call it. Daugherty under center. Sends an extra blocker to the right side. And there's a fumble, and falling on it is Colby Morgan. And so Oneida loses another couple of yards. It will be 3rd and long.
It's pretty big. Pretty big. Just the quarterback looked like he bailed a little bit early on the center, which caused a fumble.
And we've got a stop and play here for some reason. We'll see. It is a dead ball sideline warning on Rockwood. That is the first warning for the Tigers. Next one will result in a 5-yard penalty. So, where the ball is spotted at the 41-yard line, the yardage to make, they got to get it to the 30. No, they got to get it to 25. So we'll call this 3rd and 14, James Gibson.
Well, if you're Tony Lambert, do you trust Colton Daugherty, to the quarterback, the young sophomore quarterback for Oneida, to throw the ball in this situation? 3rd and 14 is definitely a passing opportunity. But again, you've got Colby Morgan sitting back there who can totally run off a 14-yarder here. So
it's going to be a halfback draw.
Halfback draw, and let's see what happens.
That's what it's going to be.
I'm going to say a rollout.
They're going to pause. They're just going to stand there for. Daugherty's going to stand there for a second, like he's going to throw, and then out of nowhere he's going to hand it off. A hole's going to be there. Pickup of 9 is going to bring up 4th and 5, and the Indians are going to go for it.
And if that is the case, we're going to go play the lottery after that.
Hey, that's not going to be the case. Although I don't know. Look, Daugherty's lining up in the shotgun, and he's got Morgan back there with him. Let's see.
If it's a rollout, you got to get me a Red Bull.
Oh, yeah. I didn't do that this week.
Let's see. Daugherty to the line.
Got 7 seconds on the play clock. Here's the snap. Nope. Daugherty's going to roll back to pass. Finds he had Morgan on a wheel route coming out of the backfield, running up the sideline. Could not hit him, though. That pass was almost picked off.
Fickey standing by. One of the better defensive backs in Roane County, if you ask me. Fickey is all over the field, and usually whoever the offense is trying to target, he's who's guarding them. Best on best.
Neither one of us winning any money, by the way. So Morgan into the game to punt. Jaden Hannibal back deep along with Dryston Turner for Rockwood. Here's the punt. It is a high. Looked like it came off of his foot badly. And that ball takes a Rockwood bounce and rolls out of bounds at the 25. Terrible punt by the All-State punter. That's from the 38 to the 25. That's a net 13-yard punt, which is odd for him.
Yeah, it really is. That's very rare. You're talking about a guy that was averaging almost 40 yards per punt. So, yeah.
All right, before Rockwood gets this drive started, we're going to take the opportunity to talk to Tim Elrod of OEB Law. Mr. Elrod, of course, our title sponsor of our games. As we see this Hammers 1st and 10, Turner, handoff, Waldo. Waldo finds some running room up to the 30, and that's where he's going to be down. Pick up a 5 will bring up 2nd and 5. All right, so let's see, 5 of the last 6 games you have come up and done an interview with us, you've got to see a scoring play. That streak was broken last week, so let's see what happens. Rockwood, pretty good start to their drive with a 5-yard gain. What do you think about this one tonight?
You know, Rockwood's record doesn't really reflect their effort. You know, they have the past times we saw them, they have big play capability, but, you know, when you match them up with Oneida tonight, man, they've got a running back, and so.
As here is the first touch for Jaden Hannibal.
It's almost like the Rockwood's a step away. You know, that was not the best pass that they threw deep their last possession. You know, almost a 50-50 ball. But Rockwood has that explosive ability, which I think keeps them in the game for this entire game if they can just stop Oneida's running attack, because clearly that's what Oneida's intending to do.
And that guy right there, Jaden Hannibal, fun player to watch, just a junior, only stands at 5'6", but he is a showstopper as a Hammers 1st and 10 for Rockwood. Ball spotted at the 36-yard line. Turner sends Hannibal in motion. Handoff goes straight up the middle, and getting to the 40-yard line, picking up 4 yards for Rockwood is Derek Houston.
It's almost like Rockwood's trying to set him up for that play-action deep ball, trying to get it to Hannibal, but, they've got to have time to do it. And you can look at Oneida's line, the defensive line, as well as their offensive line. They've got some size. So,
it looks like maybe they saw something on that Oneida film that lets them think that they can throw the ball deep on them. So we'll see if they are trying to set that up. Bunch formation to the left here on an end around. Hannibal crosses the 40 to the 45, and he's brought down really close to the Hammers 1st and 10 line to gain.
Really like his running style. He's really fast. When he turns it upfield, he hits a second gear. I really like that player. He's a special one, no doubt.
Jaden Hannibal. I don't know if you were here last year when we covered that guy, but he hurdled somebody, jumped maybe 5 feet up in the air. It was wonderful. And that's how the first quarter is going to come to a close. So you haven't seen a scoring play yet, but you still could. So let's talk about OEB Law. It's been a crazy 2020. It's been an insane year. What's been your experience? Are things more crazy in the law world right now, or is it just the rest of the world?
Well, I'll tell you, in the law world, in what I do, and that's representing people in car accidents, when they had the stay-at-home orders, obviously people stayed at home. There wasn't as many accidents, so we felt an effect somewhat. But at the same time, you have a year to file a claim in Tennessee for any personal injuries that result from a car accident if it's not your fault. Those claims happen that whole time, so we're fortunate enough to keep working through it, it made us realize that it's really easy to contact a person by email, do a Zoom meeting with them. That way they can stay at home and focus on getting better or focus on whatever's important in their life at the time. And we can get the work done the same way as if, traditionally, you got to go to the lawyer's office, you got to do this, you got to do that. Well, it's all electronic now, so it's really easy. Plus, we have people that are happy. One of our things is we come to you. Well, we'll send somebody out there to talk to you. We'll get you your paperwork. We'll get everything taken care of. So we're happy to serve the community that way, just like we're happy to serve the community here tonight by giving a $1,000 check to Rockwood. That's his second one. Coach K, extremely happy. And we're happy to do it. The areas outside of Knoxville, they don't get as much attention, so we're happy to give them that attention as Rockwood goes back under center.
Big 3rd and 10, handoff up the middle. Looked like Houston crosses the 45-yard line and will have enough for that Hammers 1st and 10. So, when people hear wreck into a check, what does that mean exactly?
Oh, well, if you're in a wreck, you're going to need a check. You're going to have medical bills, you're going to have lost wages, you're going to have things are going to happen that you deserve, and the law says you're to be compensated. Got a 4th down here, right?
No, it's a Hammers 1st and 10.
Oh.
He got enough for it. Turner under center, handoff goes to Waldo, running, trying to get around the right side, makes the man miss, crosses midfield, puts his head down, piles ahead, gets to the, looks like the 46-yard line of Oneida. A great pickup on 1st down for the Tigers.
This Rockwood crowd tonight, it's outstanding. They're rowdy, they're into the ball game. The student section's here. The band is here. You got a really crisp night. It's football time.
And the student section was jumping in between the 1st and 2nd quarter, and it was shaking this entire press box. And I thought, who do I call if this press box falls in and Tim Elrod falls in with me?
Oh, man, we're just going to have to chalk that one up to our own health insurance because, that things happen when it comes to that. But yeah, helping people is what we do, and we're glad to do it, and love working with you guys. Outstanding organization. Brad, he does a great job, and all you guys do a great job, and always happy to mention you on Rivalry Thursday and talk about on Rivalry Thursday about your all's program here on Friday. So,
Yeah, man, I tell you what, I've watched Channel 12 games for a long time. And then Brad asked me to come up here and do one. And when I did and I saw the work that he puts into it, my mind was blown. And on a big third down play, Octavius Worthy up the middle, takes it up the left sideline, crosses the 20, gets down close to the 10 before he's almost brought down, and Rockwood enters the red zone.
Big play. That's what Rockwood's all about. They're going to get their points off of big plays, and I think they know that. And they're just going to have to keep being consistent in that, but it could wear down some of that size on Oneida's front. That could open up that running game a little bit.
I gotta say this: you reckon to a check, you get people money in the time that they need it, and every time that you come up here and do an interview with us, you seem to get these players paid in the way of points.
Well.
So we got a 1st and 10 and a stoppage and play flag. I believe Rockwood's going to be going backwards here.
It looks like a false start there, but it's great that you guys do this. I'm so happy to be here. Love supporting it, and thanks for having me.
Well, we appreciate you being here and being a part of this all season long, and we appreciate the partnership with OEB Law. Thank you, Mr. Elrod.
Hey, thank you.
And that is Tim Elrod of OEB Law. I tell you, man, offenses get to going when he grabs a headset.
Every time he gets in here, the offense starts popping off numbers. It's just not normal.
All right, so after that 5-yard penalty, a Hammers 1st and 15. Turner, handoff, Waldo going to the right, sees some running room, gets to the 10, makes a man miss, still on his feet. Look at Waldo shuffling around. Where's Waldo? He's at the goal line.
Wow. Now that's a dominating run by Waldo. You're talking about a guy that we've talked about with the field vision. I mean, just wait till you watch this replay. Some very impressive field vision by this young man.
Roll that footage, Chuck Fleischman. Look at Waldo, and right here, he's just being patient, following his blockers, and then bam. Look at him move from left to right, and then right there, that extra effort. So now Rockwood set up with a Hammers 1st and goal, 2 yards away from pay dirt. Turner, quarterback sneak, touchdown, Rockwood.
What a drive for the Rockwood Tigers. Pure dominance. Great job by the offensive line the entire drive, pushing around the Oneida defenders with a quarterback sneak to finish it off.
Rockwood will attempt the point after with Owen Heil. Here's a snap, set, kick. It's up. It's good. Rockwood leads 7-0. 9:52 left to play in the first half at Civitan Field.
OEB Law is OEB Law is excited to be a part of this year's football season. School spirit is at an all-time high. OEB Law is proud to give back and support our community. Come cheer on these great teams with us. And remember, if you've been injured or need legal help, OEB Law will be there for you. So visit wreckintoacheck.com or give us a call, 865-546-1111, and let OEB Law turn your wreck into a check.
Zoom in and they can replay everything.
Back at Civitan Field, Rockwood on the heels of a touchdown leads this game with 9:52 left to go, 7-0 over visiting Oneida. And those 7 points the Tigers owe to Tim Elrod, because every time, like we said, he puts on a headset, offenses get going. It just so happens he put on that headset when Rockwood got the football.
It's like they're wrecking into an end zone.
This Davis Funeral Home kickoff goes into the end zone. What a kick by Owen Heil. So the Oneida Indians will begin at the Indian 20-yard line with a Hammers 1st and 10. And Got to go 80 yards to respond here.
Let's see what the game plan is here for Oneida. Are we going to get a big dose of Kobe Morgan, or are they going to spice it up a little bit here since the limited success on the last drive? Look, trips to the short side of the field.
Daugherty in the backfield working out of the shotgun. Morgan right beside him. Fakes a handoff, and Daugherty keeps it and gets across the 20 down to the 21. Just a 1-yard gain as Rockwood wasn't fooled.
Noah Bertram on the carry. They tried to pull the guard and the tackle that time, and unfortunately for Oneida, they weren't able to really get around the edge and pick up a serious blocker there. Good job there, but a great job by big number 69 at Rockwood of attacking that pulling guard, which really blew up the entire play.
And you were right, it was Buttram back there taking the direct snap at quarterback. Daugherty out of the game. And I'm not sure if that was designed as a direct snap or if Buttram has replaced Daugherty, but he's back in there with Morgan beside him. You think they're doing that just to add an extra back in the backfield? As here goes the handoff to Morgan, keeps those legs churning, crosses the 25 down to the 26. Will bring up a 3rd and 4 situation.
Yeah, I think that's what they're doing, is they're trying to get the most out of the running game, and they trust their running back a little bit more in the run game than they do the quarterback.
So 3rd and a short 4 for Oneida.
3rd and short is classic Oneida football, so they're not in panic mode, and this is very doable for them.
Now 2 backs in the backfield, as joining Morgan is Jacob Warmoth. So 3 options there. In fact, they'll do a quick pass out to the flat, and that pass is complete. And getting upfield for Oneida is just Sean Brabson, and he picks up enough for that Hammers 1st and 10.
Yeah, he's got some wiggle to him. He's definitely someone that you would want to target getting the ball to them in open field, because they can do a lot of damage.
And Rockwood with 7 guys in the box right there. Set that play up.
You know, all that's designed to do is try to keep Rockwood honest. Oneida's not going to come out and throw the football 30-something times. So let's see what happens.
The whole key to that was Brabson making Fickey miss on that initial tackle. So here's that Hammers 1st and 10 with Oneida set up at the 33-yard line. And faking the handoff, getting upfield is Buttram. Buttram crosses the 40 down to the 39-yard line. He'll be close to a 1st down, but he'll be 2 yards shy of it.
Really nice play by the quarterback. I'd like to see just a little more patience right there to let the blocking develop, but really good job by number 55 of Oneida. Look, probably the center there. Tyler Cole did a good job getting upfield, getting the hands on the linebacker.
I'm not sure if that was a design fake handoff or if that was a read, because there was a little bit of a missed handle on that exchange, but Buttram able to corral it. Keep an eye on that one. 2nd and a short 2. Handoff goes to Morgan. Morgan finding running room. Gets up to the 48-yard line. That's a Hammers 1st and 10.
Now, if we get a replay here, I want you to watch where the linebackers for Rockwood are. They're being hit in the mouth about 3 yards off the football. They're not feeling. As you see here, the inside linebackers, the guards are attacking them before they're getting to the line of scrimmage, and that's easy running if you're a fullback.
Colby Morgan's got to love that when he looks upfield.
Oh, absolutely. So does the offensive line.
Handoff. Morgan gets around the left side, spins down at the 40. That's another Hammers 1st and 10 as Morgan is just marching off yards.
Well, I think Oneida's found something they like here with Bertram and Morgan in the backfield at the same time.
And I tell you, just you hear about Colby Morgan, you hear about how good he is, but seeing him in person, seeing how smooth he is with the football in his hands, wow. Yeah, he's worth the hop.
Yeah, he just kind of floats. So he's somebody I think is going to be a very special football player in college.
Oneida needed 80. They've marched off 40. Set up the Rockwood 40-yard line. Hammers 1st and 10. Buttram keeps it. Gets across the 35, brought down about there. Pick up a 5 will bring up 2nd and 5. As we'll see on the Chuck Fleischman replay, nothing too fancy. Just fakes the handoff going left, keeps it going right.
Yeah, he missed his hole there a little bit, but hey, he picked up a pretty big gain.
It's funny, he ran into the back of his lineman, Xavier Shoemaker, and Shoemaker just looked at him like, what are you doing?
Yeah, bounced it outside, bro.
Who are you? Handoff Morgan this time, tries to break it outside, spin move. Wow.
Now, that was something. Now, he's tried that several times tonight, but he hit that one just right. And that was on Waldo, too, who's one of the better defenders for Rockwood.
Watch this spin move. I have seen this before back in 2009, a la Montario Hardesty. Watch this. Plant, spin. Wow. That's impressive.
Yeah.
After that spin move, picked up about another 7 or 8 yards.
Did you notice where he fell when he was being tackled?
Forward. Every time. Power I formation now. This time is the ball's on the ground. And Buttram able to fall on it, which is good news for Oneida. At about the line of scrimmage will bring up 2nd and 10.
And we've seen that a couple times for Oneida tonight. And I think the defensive line for Rockwood is having a major impact on the center. That's usually what's going on there.
As someone who has played center, how difficult is that to line up across from somebody and know you got to clear the snap and then block?
The center is the second most important position on the field on the offense.
Operating out of the shotgun this time. Buttram's going to keep it. And lays the truck stick on Fickey.
You know, he brings something different to the table. He's a full-figured young man who is definitely going to run over somebody. I mean, this is impressive. Watch this. Well, boom. I mean, that's grown man football.
Yeah. 4-4 face-to-face.
Yeah, and you're talking about Fickey, who is one of the best defensive backs out there. And when you're coming up to have to tackle a 220-pound running back like that, that's a big task.
3rd and a long 4 as Oneida lines up with extra blockers on the short side of the field. 2 wideouts to the left. Fakes the handoff to Morgan. Keeping it is Buttram. Buttram is thrown down at the 20. And that is after a pickup of 1, well shy of the first down. You'll have a 4th and 4 situation.
Well, I tell you, Gavin Evans saw what happened to Fickey earlier, and he said, that ain't happening to me. That's a good tackle.
Ran through him as Rockwood is going to take a timeout on this 4th down. This would be a huge stop for the Tigers. We'll see what happens when we get back.
The Harriman Utility Board is committed to providing safe and reliable natural gas service to our customers in Harriman and Roane County through the use of safe operational procedures with trained and knowledgeable personnel. An odorant is added to natural gas and maintained to a certain level so that in the event of a gas leak, it can be easily detected. If you smell or suspect a natural gas leak, please call the Harriman Utility Board at 882-3242. We can be reached 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Back at Civitan Field, Tom Pemberton Stadium. Beautiful night for high school football as Oneida is in Roane County taking on the Tigers of Rockwood. 2:34 left to go in this first half. Rockwood struck first. They lead this one 7-0. If you are just joining us, don't leave. And you should have been with us the entire time. This is going to be a fantastic rest of this game, and we've seen a good one so far.
Yeah, this is going to come down probably to the last possession. Whoever holds the ball last is probably going to be trying to score a touchdown to go ahead.
So Oneida is going to spread it out.
When was the last time you seen Oneida in an empty formation?
Yeah, 5 wide, 3 wide outs to the short side of the field. Buttram in the backfield, and Rockwood wants to take another timeout. I don't think that they were prepared for that one.
No.
All right, so going to set it up again on defense, and we'll see the play when we get back.
Here is Helen Hammer.
Thank Thank you, Mr. Walker.
A lot of years have passed since that TV ad. Hammer stores are still offering up-to-the-minute fashions for men and women, famous label outdoor wear and boots, area rugs, and exciting purchases. All at Hammer's famous low prices.
Race on down!
Big fourth down play looming at Civitan Field. I'm Aaron Harvey, joined by James Gibson. I'd like to remind you, tonight's game brought to you by the City of Rockwood. The Mayor of Rockwood and council members Steve Bryant, Jason Jolly, Shane True, Mike Fuller, Harold Holloway, and Bobby Anderson, all big fans of this Rockwood Fighting Tigers football team. Hope they got a winning season this year, so they'll be in the playoff picture at the end. As Mayor Brillo Miller would say, go Tigers, play hard tonight and win, win, win. To get a fourth down stop right here would be a big leap into trying to win this football game. As again, 5 wide, Buttram.
Keep an eye on quarterback draw.
Buttram takes a snap, drops back to pass, and immediately the pass is thrown and brought down to inside the 5-yard line is Colby Morgan. So they lined him on the outside to give him some running room and space.
And it looks like a horse collar penalty.
Yeah, the flag, I just now saw it down there about where Morgan went down. And there it is. That is a horse collar. That's a dangerous play.
It is, but Evans knew he couldn't let go or he's going to score. So he'd rather take the penalty than give up a touchdown.
Half the distance to the goal from the 4-yard line is the 2-yard line. I guess they've already marked off the penalty. So it will be Hammer's first and goal from the 4-yard line. And
yeah, they're going to.
Oneida, Colby Morgan in that power eye with big Caden Litton in at fullback. And here is Morgan. Crosses the goal line. Touchdown, Oneida.
What a response by Tony Lambert and the Oneida Indians. Dominant drive.
An 80-yard drive to put the Indians within a point of the Tigers. Taking a lot of time off the clock, too. And remember, Oneida won the toss, and they deferred to the second half. So they will get the ball to begin the second half. The extra point is up, and it's true. Oneida puts one on the board, ties this up at 7 with 2:12 left to go in the first half.
You won this year's chili cook-off. Our girls played in the softball finals last spring. You're not just another policyholder to us. We remember your name. Hi, Cheryl.
He remembered my name.
Because it's your name. That's simple human sense.
Ask Griffin Insurance Agency in Kingston if auto owners make sense for you.
Jeff, Mary, Dan, Sarah.
And Oneida getting set for the Davis Funeral Home kickoff. Ties this game up at 7 with 2:12 left to go in the game here in Rockwood. Davis Funeral Home with 2 locations in Wartburg and Harriman. Call 882-2000 or 346-2011. That's Davis Funeral Home. Go to davisfuneralhomes.com for more information. Aiden Love set to kick this one off. Again, I'd expect him to try to keep it away from Jaden Hannibal. And instead, they kick it right to Hannibal, who gets it at the 15-yard line. Hannibal, wow, tried to run through 2 players, and that didn't work.
Ashton Stevens, the sophomore, number 26, doing a really good job flying down the field to get his hands on Hannibal. And that's no easy task, Aaron.
They kicked it to the right side of the field last time, and Turner was there to get it.
He shrugged the block, came up big from behind, and got a really good tackle.
Great tackle there.
Overall, great performance on special teams by that young man.
I wonder if they were trying to keep it away from Hannibal and didn't realize he switched sides of the field with Turner.
More than likely.
So Turner and the quarterback on Hammers 1st and 10. We've got a stoppage and play. Dead ball offsides on Oneida. So Rockwood will have a Hammers 1st and 5.
I guess they initiated contact.
I'm not sure, but we've seen Oneida jump all night.
Yeah,
just been called for that twice.
Yeah, and there's been a couple close calls that wasn't called as well.
Turner under center, fakes the handoff to Hannibal, gives it to Waldo. Waldo gets across the 40 to the 41-yard line. A pickup of about 4 will bring up 2nd and 1.
Man, when you tackle Waldo, he makes you pay for it. He really lowers his shoulder into the cornerback over here on the replay. Watch closely with number 9. You know, these Rockwood running backs, they fall forward and they fall hard.
Turner wing T set, operating under center, handoff straight up the middle to Waldo, and Waldo gets nothing.
It looks like Octavius Worthy is a little bit slow to get up.
So that was Worthy on the handoff then. It was. Good call.
It's not a good sign for him coming up slow on the play. He's a dominating factor on defense for Rockwood.
And we've got a stoppage and play, an official timeout. I'm not exactly sure what's going on. Oh, they're okay, so they're going to measure. Maybe he's closer than I thought he was.
That looks like a...
Ooh.
First in?
Wow. That was close.
Initially, I didn't think Worthy got anything on the play.
He got a favorable spot there.
So Hammers 1st and 10. Clock continues to tick. It stopped right now, but it will start on the official's whistle with 1:06 left to go in the first half. Turner out of the backfield. Gets a snap, handoff. It's going to be a fake reverse, and
he's
Dickey
wide open.
has a man wide open down the field. That pass is caught at the 25, and that's Owen Heil. Heil running from right to left, trying to make men miss. Gets almost to the 20 and spins, and he's just outside the 10-yard line.
Yeah, he's wishing, or Coach Webb's wishing he would have got out of bounds there, but.
So a halfback pass, and you got to say, or you got to look, anytime that you see Fickey in the game, you know he can also throw it as a third-string quarterback, and Turner just kills it on the Hammers 1st and 10 to stop the clock. So 36 seconds left. Rockwood is in the red zone again.
Watch this performance. Fake reverse, pass,
that was
wide
beautiful.
open. You had to slow down. Look at this.
Fickey threw a hot air balloon that time. And then, Heil.
It would have been a lot better off to keep running out of bounds.
He certainly would.
But an excellent performance. Good job.
So Turner under center. Fakes a handoff to Hannibal again. Turner's going to keep it. Crosses the 5 down to about the 2-yard line. Close to a Hammers 1st and 10. Great run by Turner.
Touchdown saving tackle by T.J. Meredith, running back, the young freshman coming in big on the play.
Man, it looked like Turner had nothing. That's some nifty running right there.
It really is.
Tackle made at the 4-yard line, and the clock's not running, which is interesting. Okay, so apparently Rockwood called a timeout. I didn't see it. 26.7 seconds. Coach John Webb, the offensive coordinator for this team, talking to them, trying to rally the troops. That is Rockwood's third and final timeout of the half. But you're down at the 4-yard line with a third down. Boy, this would be huge if Oneida could keep Rockwood out. You've got a really good kicker if you're Rockwood. Do you entertain the idea of maybe kicking for 3 right here if you don't get a first down?
I'm not quite certain on their kicker here at Rockwood, but I know Oneida's loaded at the kicking position. If I'm Rockwood, I'm trying to punch it in for 6 here. I like my offense, and I like my quarterback. And I would try to roll him out and let him scramble for a touchdown.
Turner with a wing to his left and also 2 wideouts. Now he sends that wing to the right, and Coach Tony Lambert. I was going to say, Coach Lambert wants a timeout. No, that's a sideline warning on Oneida. That's Oneida's first sideline warning, so now both teams have been warned. Next time it will be a penalty.
Yeah, Coach Lambert was plumb over about the 10-yard line trying to make some defensive adjustments. So good call by the referee there.
All right, so same formation. Turner sends a man from left to right. That's Waldo. And play is blown dead. False start on Rockwood.
Boy,
that is a huge penalty.
That really was, because there was a lot of green grass out there for Dryson Turner to take advantage of. I know I heard the offensive coordinator for Rockwood jumping on top of the press box.
Whew. All right, so now a 3rd and 7 from the Oneida 9-yard line. Turner.
Man coverage.
Gets a snap, rolls to his left, and it's a screen pass, and that pass is complete, and almost picking up the first down for Rockwood is Derek Houston with 15 seconds left.
You got 10 seconds on the clock.
And you can't kill it if you're Turner. Turner loses the snap. It's high, and it's still on the ground, finally picked up by Dakota Waldo, but that is a turnover on downs.
Terrible, terrible drive. After that extraordinary play, just total discombobulation after that.
That false start penalty really damaged that drive. As now Oneida, with 1.4 seconds left, will line up to run the last play of this half, barring a penalty.
Well, I tell you, so far I've been really impressed with Rockwood offensively. They have moved the ball really well. The offensive line's done a good job pushing the big guys up front. And Oneida playing really good as well. So I'm excited for the second half.
Colton Daugherty in the game takes a knee, and that's how the first half will come to a close. Rockwood struck first. Oneida struck second. We're in a 7-7 gridlock at halftime on your OEB Law Game of the Week.
Football is back. And OEB Law is excited for a season full of big hits, perfect plays, and those nail-biting near misses. If you've been injured, OEB Law will come to your defense and tackle any obstacles blocking you from scoring the full and fair settlement. Call OEB Law 865-546-1111 and turn your wreck into a check.
I gotta go shower.
It's laundry night.
Dishwasher needs to run.
And the hot water wars. A Renai tankless water heater gives you an endless supply of hot water for everything you need to do.
Feel the comforts of home with natural gas. Natural gas tankless water heaters cost almost 3 times less to operate annually than the electric models. Make the switch today.
Renai, hot water for all.
Evans Mortuary has been serving the needs of families in and around Roane County since 1976. As established members of our hometown community, we understand the security of dealing with people you know you can trust. We build our reputation on this trust. The Evans family appreciates the confidence the community has expressed in us over the years and will constantly strive to earn that favor. Evans Mortuary, 805 North Gateway.
The Harriman Utility Board is committed to providing safe and reliable natural gas service to our customers in Harriman and Roane County through the use of safe operational procedures with trained and knowledgeable personnel. An odorant is added to natural gas and maintained to a certain level so that in the event of a gas leak it can be easily detected. If you smell or suspect a natural gas leak, please call the Harriman Utility Board at 882-3242. We can be reached 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Here is Helen Hammer.
Thank you, Mr. Walker.
A lot of years have passed since that TV ad. Hammer stores are still offering up-to-the-minute fashions for men and women, famous label outdoor wear and boots, area rugs, and exciting purchases. All at Hammer's famous low prices.
Race on down!
Hi, I'm Ray Varner, and we've got the vehicles you need to make the most of this season.
Whether you're exploring the great outdoors or cheering on your favorite team, let's take your fall to the next level. In a 2017 F-150 Crew Cab XLT 4x4, $38,990. 2020 Ford Escape Titanium All-Wheel Drive, $29,990. 2017 Subaru Outback Limited, $23,899. At Ray Varner Ford in Clinton, we are your East Tennessee Ford dealership. Come and see us today. Shop RayVarnerFord.com.
You've dreamed about the perfect house, a place to call your own, and a place to not only stretch out, but to grow. Auto Owners protects your house because to you, it's home. That's simple human sense.
Ask Griffin Insurance Agency in Kingston if auto owners make sense for you.
Happy to help, man. I was just over there talking to myself anyway.
1952. That's the year Hammers opened the first store in East Tennessee. Now there are 5 stores and there's always something new. Like in Hammers' popular ladies boutique department, you'll find the lowest price possible on new arrivals every week. Find similar deals in the men's department and the expanded rug department. Plus, special purchases always offer surprise savings. You never know what you'll find next at Hammers.
Make this spring all about enjoying the experience. When you ride on your new Ferris commercial mower featuring patented suspension technology, you'll have more than freshly manicured grass. You'll experience productivity and comfort like never before. And because you won't be slowing down for those rough spots, you'll mow more lawn in less time. Ferris, experience suspension.
FL Bowman & Son, 524 North Front Street in Rockwood.
Don't dig blind. Buried utilities are everywhere. Always contact 811 before you dig to have your utilities marked.
Welcome back to your OEB Law Game of the Week. It's halftime. Look at that moon. Ooh. A full moon, and you normally expect crazy things. Nothing too crazy here, just a great football game as Oneida Rockwood tied at 7 at the half here at Civitan Field. And what has been your assessment of the first game?
Well, really and truly just a great matchup so far across the board. Everywhere you go, it's a difficulty for both teams to take advantage of the other team's weakness because they match up so well. And that's why we're sitting at 7-7. I mean, if you look at the stats on the board right now, first downs, Oneida 9, Rockwood 7, rushing yards 104 to 90. I mean, everything's virtually even down through there.
Yeah, look at that. Penalties, 2 for 10 for Oneida, 3 for 12 for Rockwood. And time of possession, we knew this was going to be a time of possession game. We knew both teams were trying to keep the football, keep it away from the other team. Time of possession, Oneida 13:57 to Rockwood's 10:03. Pretty even, and that would indicate that this is a good football game because both of these teams are going to keep it on the ground a lot.
They really are, and I wouldn't mind seeing Rockwood throw a little bit more with Dryston Turner in the second half if they feel comfortable because they seen something they liked in the first quarter to get 50-something yards passing for Rockwood, which is kind of rare.
Rockwood had about 2 minutes left at the end of that first half, drove down the field by way of a halfback pass, a fake reversed halfback pass, and Owen Heil was wide open. Had to slow down a little bit to catch it. It went up like a hot air balloon, came back down about the same way, and Rockwood was set up in scoring position, had the ball on the 4-yard line, had the ball on the 3-yard line, jumped off sides, 5-yard penalty, and turned the ball over on downs. That was huge. in this first half because Oneida will get the football to begin it.
Yeah, it was a horrible ending to the second half for Rockwood. They did a great job the whole game, and what an effort there by him there at the end of the half to make that catch, and excellent run. But unfortunately for him, he didn't get out of bounds, which played a factor in the drive.
So Coach Tony Lambert, Coach John Webb, they like big offensive lines and they like running the football. What do you think about the play calling between these two teams so far?
Oh, yeah, it's been on point. Both offenses have really done a good job of capitalizing on the weaknesses of each team. And the offensive line for both teams has done a great job blocking, getting to the second level, getting the hands on the linebackers, which the linebackers can't scrape free to make a tackle. So they're picking up big plays and a lot of yardage on basic, simple running plays.
Well, we've got a moment. It is halftime, so let's run down some scores of interest for you. In the second quarter, at the last count, we have Wartburg leading over Cumberland Gap 14-8. You've got Oliver Springs and Harriman knotted up at 12 at the half.
Yeah,
so that's a big one.
That surprises me. But, again, it's Roane County football. What do you expect? Harriman and Oliver Springs.
All the Roane County rivalries are just so passionate.
Oh, yeah, I don't care if it's 0-4 team versus 4-0 team. That 4-0 team is going to get the best of that 0-4. So it's always fun to watch.
Farragut leading over Science Hill at the half, 14-7.
Yeah, that surprises me too, and I'm glad to see it. Farragut's kind of been up and down all year long, and right now they're up again.
Last count we have in the second quarter, Coalfield leading over Midway 16-14, and we just now got an update to that score. It's Coalfield leading over Midway 22-14 as Coalfield puts one on the board right before the half.
Yeah, that's another slobber knocker down there.
Powell up on Campbell County in the second quarter, 14-7. West up on Clinton, 28-3. That Clinton team we saw last week. Running into a really good West football team tonight.
Yeah, bold, really good.
And how about Elizabethton? The Cyclones, great every year. Pitching a shutout so far against William Blunt in the second quarter, 49-0.
Yeah, Coach Witten's done a heck of a job over at Elizabethton. And, I mean, the facility upgrades that they've done over there, Aaron, they hold a camp there every year, and they bring back Jason Witten, all-pro tight end, and he brings a bunch of NFL players with him, former UT players. And I tell you, they bring a lot of money into that Elizabethton program over there, and their facilities are really taking off. It looks like a small college over there.
And that's helpful to have facilities like that.
Oh, absolutely.
All right, so we see this through the first few or so games of the season, and we're still seeing it. Time runs out. You got a 15-minute halftime. Time runs out, and they put 3 extra minutes on the clock. Do you know why they do that?
Well, I'm assuming it's to get the players. Was it something to do with heat? I don't even know.
I don't know either.
That's a good question. Somebody out there, shoot us the message.
It's like it's like they're giving you the option for a 15-minute halftime if you want it.
Mm-hmm.
But a lot of the times they end up putting 3 more minutes back up on the clock after that 15 minutes.
Somebody's got the answer.
Somebody's got to know that.
Shoot us a text.
Yeah, call Brad Jones. Everybody's got Brad Jones' number. Hey, Brad, can I give your number out over the air?
Well, let's be honest. Probably everybody's already got Brad's number.
That's true too. That's true too. I had Brad's phone number long before I was doing this gig. So what do you expect to see out of the first half, or out of the second half? A lot
of Colby Morgan, and I think you're going to see a little spice out of the Rockwood coming out of here. I think you might see a little more throwing game out of Rockwood, but not too much, because what they're doing is really working. I've loved their running game. They really like that counter play coming back inside. If they can get those running backs bounce back inside, they're going to pick up a lot of yardage on that. So it's going to be interesting second half. Oneida, they're going to just pound that rock. I really anticipate them coming back out with Bertram at quarterback and Morgan at the running back position. You're going to get a heavy dose of the running game.
We talked about it in the pregame. This is such a big game for a couple reasons. One of those reasons being that the winner of this game has a leg up on a home playoff game. So a lot on the line in these final 24 minutes as we get set for our Davis Funeral Home kickoff. It's Owen Heil kicking off for Rockwood. Davis Funeral Home, of course, with 2 locations in Harriman and Wartburg. Go to davisfuneralhomes.com. Back deep to receive for Oneida. Of course, you got Colby Morgan back there. So let's see what happens here. Heil, beautiful kickoff again.
Good kick.
And
he got a touchback.
He did, and that's the second touchback for Heil. That's one way, I guess, to keep it out of Morgan's hands. But honestly, since that ball lands so close to the goal line, do you think he probably should catch that and try to make a return?
Yeah, you always catch that there. And if you're in the end zone, he'll call touchback. Just catch the ball. I've seen it happen. It'll hit right there on that one and bounce back in, and crazy things happen in the game of football, so you got to be careful.
It actually almost did happen there. The ball barely crossed the goal line, which could have been not a great way for Oneida to start this. But as it stands, a Hammers 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line for the Indians. And again, Bertram back there from the shotgun position. Handoff goes for nothing. Morgan stopped the line of scrimmage.
Octavius Worley there and Jackson Kelly did a great job of dominating the line of scrimmage and getting some separation off blocks and really containing Kobe Morgan in the backfield for a loss.
Congressman Chuck Fleischman giving us that replay. Fleischman has served as your local congressman since 2010. That's the Anderson, Ronan, Morgan County areas.
Trips to the short side of the field.
Buttram in the backfield. Handoff goes to Morgan. Morgan finding running room up the middle and brought down after a pickup of 7 or 8. Good pickup on second down.
You cannot arm tackle Morgan of Oneida. You've got to really wrap up and drive your feet, or he's going to break that tackle.
It's incredible. The way that he goes from left to right, just right behind the line.
Octavius Worley just flew right off of him, and he's, 6'1", 195, and one of the better defenders in Rowan County. Arm tackling this guy doesn't work.
3rd and 2, power I formation. Buttram, handoff, Morgan, stopped.
Yeah, Octavius Worley came up big that time and made a really good, secure, low tackle and dropped him for a loss. What a response by the Rockwood defense.
So a 3 and out for Oneida to start this second half. Back deep to receive a punt from Morgan is Jaden Hannibal. Now, Rockwood had been sending 2 people back deep, Dryston Turner and Hannibal, but Turner comes back up. I think they're going to try to block this one.
It looks like it.
That doesn't work. Morgan's punt lands at the 43-yard line and takes a Rockwood bounce, rolls dead at the 45, and that is where Rockwood will begin this drive.
That ball almost touched Owen Heil. We're extremely lucky there. Rockwood is lucky. Watch on the replay here. Yeah, as a returner, you got to be screaming to get away from that ball. You got to let your blockers know where the ball's at, because it will bounce. As we've seen the Tennessee versus South Carolina, it does happen.
It does happen. Hammers 1st and 10. Turner up to the line, wing T set. Handoff, Worthy bounces it outside, looking for running room. Falls forward after a pickup of 5, right at midfield to bring up 2nd and 5.
Pretty good job that time by the Rockwood offensive line, getting a decent drive and getting a hat on a hat and pushing them off the line of scrimmage for Octavius Worthy to pick up a pretty good gain.
One thing I didn't mention before, that punt only netted about 30 yards. We've not seen the best of Colby Morgan tonight. Is it the change in weather, you think?
It's untelling. It's kids, high school football. Very emotional up and down. It happens.
Turner in a shotgun. Rolls to his right, looking, finds Hannibal. Hannibal can't catch it. Wow.
He took his eyes off the ball at the last minute and was looking at number 25, Jacob Wormoth, the senior of Oneida.
Goodness, look at this replay. Hannibal.
He took his eyes right off the ball. Yeah, if he catches that, he's in for a big touchdown there.
Now, is that a design play for Hannibal to be in the flat and wait for Turner to roll out and then go?
Exactly. Yep. They see that, and the cornerback either, covers the running back or he dedicates to the quarterback, and when he takes off after quarterback dumps it over.
So it's essentially like an option play.
Yeah. Option pass play.
All right. Same thing. This time Turner throws it in the dirt. Not sure he liked what he saw there. Had Fickey in the area. And that will bring up a 4th and 5 for Rockwood, and the Tigers will send out a punting unit.
Well, we said you might see a little more spice out of Rockwood coming out. Well, there was your spice, but it didn't taste too good. So there, you might see them go back to a lot of the wing tee on this next drive.
Put a little bit too much pepper on the steak.
A little bit of a high snap.
Punts away. It's a good one. But it's fielded cleanly at about the 12-yard line, finding some running room up the right side of the field. Flags down, however, as a stop is made at about the 27-yard line for Oneida. It looked like Peyton Smart.
Morgan returns the punt to the 26-yard line. Tackled by number 7, Gerald Hannibal.
The officials conferring on this one, where the flags came down.
It was away from the play, away from the ball.
Maybe a block in the back. There's 2 flags, though, and they're kind of separate from each other. This might be 2 different flags. Oh, there's 3 flags, but one of them is picked up. Block in the back on Oneida. That penalty is declined. Block in the back on Oneida. And so they'll mark it off. So I had 2 different blocks in the back. You can only accept one of those. So Rockwood does. So that will back Oneida up.
Yeah, 2 of the block in the backs were against the same player, Joel Crouch, the senior for Oneida. 30-yard penalty.
Now, Colton Darty is back in the game for Oneida. It's the first time we've seen him since the first quarter. He's got Morgan in the backfield with him. The sophomore fakes the handoff to Morgan, tries to get around the left side of the field. Looks like Casey Clausen out there in that orange and white 7. Pickup of 1.5. Bring up 2nd and long. That looked a lot like the Iceman.
It kind of did there. I think he figured out there, I'm not going to have much success running too far outside with the speed of Rockwood defensive backs. So let's see if he bounces that back inside next time.
Bunch formation to the left for Oneida. Morgan in the backfield. Fakes the pitch. The ball's on the ground. Rockwood comes up with it.
Nehemiah Story coming in clutch again.
Just continuing to ride his story there. He got the interception the last time we saw that young man.
Yep. Just a big dominating force for Rockwood. He's 5'11", 260, so he's a short, squatty guy, and he's hard to move. Oneida's had a hard time with him all night long, and he is one strong guy, as you see him there coming up celebrating.
And quickly to the line on a Hammers 1st and 10, Worthy with the end around, goes to the left. Does he get in? Yeah. Touchdown, Rockwood on the first play of this drive.
Well, similar field position of what they ended the first half in, and this time they elected to give it to Big Worthy on an easy touchdown around the end.
Into the attempt the extra point for Rockwood is Wayne Barnes.
Worthy was the guy that stopped that drive for Oneida with a good blitz from the linebacker position to stop Colby Morgan for no gain. And now here he is scoring a touchdown.
Rockwood doubles its lead in the 3rd quarter. The Tigers lead it at home 14-7 in your OEB Law Game of the Week.
OEB Law is excited to be a part of this year's football season. School spirit is at an all-time high. OEB Law is proud to give back and support our community. Come cheer on these great teams with us. And remember, if you've been injured or need legal help, OEB Law will be there for you. So visit wreckintoacheck.com or give us a call, 865-546-1111, and let OEB Law turn your wreck into a check.
Back at your OEB Law Game of the Week, 7:53 left to go in the third quarter. Rockwood tacks on 7 more. They lead this one now 14-7 as we get set for our Davis Funeral Home kickoff. Wayne Best set to kick this one off. Look at the middle of the field here. You've got about a 30-yard separation. And Morgan does take it deep from the 2-yard line this time. Crosses the 20, looks for running room, has it, sidesteps up to the 31-yard line, and that's where Oneida will begin this drive.
Rockwood's got to continue to come inside and get some push up front to slow down that run game. Yeah, it's an interesting formation there by Oneida. Bring everybody up close.
If you see that again, do you try to kick a little pooch and recover that?
I would. Why not? Try it.
All right, so Daugherty has come out of the game. Buttram back in at quarterback. Handoff goes to Morgan. Morgan right up the gut. Gets across the 25, or the 35 rather.
If I'm Oneida, I'm sticking with the run game right here. Buttram, Morgan. Buttram, Morgan.
And Buttram back in the game after that Daugherty fumble. Pickup of about 6, brings up 2nd and 4. 2 wide outs to the left this time for Buttram. Morgan, of course, in the backfield. Here's the snap, handoff Morgan again. Healthy diet of Morgan, gets up to the 49-yard line before he's brought down. That's enough for a Hammers 1st and 10. That's the 44-yard line. And this is starting to look like Oneida's first drive of the game. Morgan to Buttram's left this time. 2 wide outs to the far side of the field. Handoff Morgan. A dive play again. Morgan gets up to the 48-yard line. He stopped after a gain of about 3, close to 4. We'll give him 4. 2nd and 6.
Nothing special they're doing here. Just hand it off and count on your lineman, providing good protection. Pick up an easy first down, or 3 yards.
So Buttram again, shotgun formation. 2 wide outs to the near side this time. Morgan in the backfield with him. Buttram, handoff Morgan. Dive play again, crosses midfield. Gets to about the 49-yard line. Pickup of 3 will bring up 3rd and short.
The Rockwood interior defensive line is trying the submarine approach, which is take out the legs of the offensive line and clog a big hole, and it's kind of slowing them down a little bit here. Interesting technique.
3rd and 3. Oneida just run the ball with Morgan every time, but this is the first 3rd down that they face this drive. So let's see what they do. 2 wide outs near side. Morgan in the backfield with Buttram. Handoff Morgan, dive play. Gets ahead to the 47. He needed the 46.5. It'll depend on the spot. He's not going to get it. He's not going to get it. Morgan is a yard shy, brings up 4th and 1, and Coach Tony Lambert sends the punting unit in.
Big stop by Rockwood there to hold him out of there. But I tell you, if you're the Rockwood defensive line, you have got to keep your eye on that ball. Because if I'm Oneida, I'm going for a hard count here and try to get them to jump.
It is 4th and half a yard. Morgan back in punt formation, back deep are Hannibal and Turner, and it's a fake. It's a fake. Morgan has the right sideline and knocked out of bounds by Turner. You just can't feel safe when your all-state quarterback is also a D1 potential running back.
Well, you know, in that position, you have got to know who your kicker is. That's an all-state running back right there who's got wheels to bust it open. So you've got to respect that and have a spy there. You know, so big play for Oneida. I like the aggressiveness. Pretty good play call.
And you know what's interesting is that last punt by Morgan, Hannibal and Turner were sent back deep to receive, and then Turner ran back up the line of scrimmage. That time, they both were back there, and Turner stayed back there. So Hammers 1st and 10. Buttram fakes the handoff to Morgan, runs off left tackle. He's got to sprint to the end zone. Touchdown, Oneida.
What a response by the Oneida Indians, and what a job by Buttram. Staying patient, taking his time, let the play develop, let his blockers get downfield, and man, what a job punching that one in.
You got to feel like if you're going to hand it off every single time to Morgan and have some success, it's just setting up that fake right there.
Yeah, it really is. You got to respect it, though. When you got a powerful running back like that, you're going to start keying on him.
The extra point is up, and it's good. Gets it inside the right upright. We got a tie game again with 4:10 left to go in the third quarter. Stick around, folks. We got a good one in your OEB Law Game of the week.
I gotta go shower.
It's laundry night.
Dishwasher needs to run.
And the hot water wars. A Renai tankless water heater gives you an endless supply of hot water for everything you need to do.
Feel the comforts of home with natural gas. Natural gas tankless water heaters cost almost 3 times less to operate annually than the electric models. Make the switch today.
Renai, hot water for all.
Game of the week, getting set for a Davis Funeral Home kickoff. Oneida responds, ties this one up. Rockwood chomping at the bit to try to put another one on the board for them. Best. Here's the kick. And Hannibal has to run back and gets it. Catches it off of one hop. Hannibal's got some steam. Makes a fake. Cuts it back to the other side of the field. He's got some running room, makes some guys miss. He's still on his feet, crosses the 45, still on his feet, getting up the sideline into Oneida territory. Jaden Hannibal down at the 37-yard line, and Rockwood. And Rockwood has a short field. I got so excited, I punched a table, and I unplugged a cord because this play was spectacular. What a run by Jaden Hannibal. And normally you would discourage a kid from running backwards like that, but Hannibal made it worth it.
Well, when a player like Hannibal has the speed that he does, hey, you'll let him get away with doing something like that.
Turner, Worthy in the backfield, wing T formation. Here's a jet sweep, goes to Waldo. Waldo's wrapped up in the backfield.
Elijah Phillips coming in big, sophomore linebacker making a big stop.
So let's watch this. Get a Chuck Fleischman replay. Hannibal catches it off the one hopper. He's coming up the right side of the field. That closes down on him. Look at that. Plants his right foot and uses it to bounce backwards.
Got a wall of blockers.
And then look at that, making guys miss.
4 or 5 people has touched him so far.
Can I remind you that Hannibal's 5'6". Here's Turner rolling out on 2nd and 16, and Turner has to tuck it and run, and still on his feet.
Refusing to go down.
That is a pickup of close to 10 yards, and that play looked like it was going nowhere.
Big play there. Oh, what a job. He refusing to go down. Nothing there on the rollout. Capitalizes with his feet. Breaks 2 tackles. 3 tackles? 4 tackles?
Incredible play, and that sets up Rockwood in 3rd and manageable after losing 6 yards on first down. We'll call it 3rd and 5. Well, this Rockwood team is just tough-minded.
They really are. They have so improved since Sweetwater.
Turner, handoff, Hannibal looking for running room up the middle, crosses the 30 down to the 29. He's a yard shy of the first down. Really needed to hold on to the football there.
Yeah, running in between the tackles at 5'6", a $135 is a tall task for a small guy.
With the spot they gave him, he's 2 yards shy, 4th and 2. Rockwood is going to go for it. Turner sends his team up to the line. Waldo set up on a wing with Hannibal. Hannibal in motion from right to left. Turner, handoff up the middle. It goes to Houston. Houston crosses the 25. And he's got enough for the Hammers, 1st and 10.
I tell you, the big senior kept his pad level low and just kept chugging along. Good job by the fullback.
Derek Houston goes forward for a gain of 5.
Running through tackles.
He knew the line to gain, and he was not going to stop until he got there. Sometimes it's not important to stay up. It's important to stay up long enough. And so that has to go into the calculation. Turner under center sends a wing in motion from left to right as Waldo.
Sweet play.
That's right. And it's Octavius Worthy. Worthy puts the boom down. Good pickup on first down. Just a sweep.
Yeah, you don't like your quarterback having to take big shots like that coming up from the defensive back position, but really good run there by Worthy.
I tell you something they've done in this game to try to help Turner out. They're not letting him play as much defense, I've noticed. As here's the handoff, goes to Worthy down to the 16-yard line, and he's going to be really close to that first down. Depending on where they mark it, they give him the 17. Boy, I thought he got the 16. And that, if they would have given him the 16, I believe he would have had it or been really, really close. But as it stands, it's a 3rd and 1. Rockwood quickly up to the line.
Where's Waldo?
And Worthy gets the handoff, sidesteps to the left, goes over left guard, and picks up enough for that Hammers 1st and 10.
Dryson Turner saying, let's go, keep feeding the beast.
Ball spotted at the 10-yard line, so it will be a Hammers 1st and goal here.
I'm telling you, where's Waldo?
He's lined up in that left slot position.
They're feeding the beast. He's going to punch this in.
Worthy.
I tell you, he's dominated this drive.
6-yard gain, 2nd and goal from the 4.
I mean, he's took over this drive.
Worthy goes up the middle, gain of 6 on a play. Norman with a tackle for Oneida.
And now it's Houston. Derek Houston in the backfield. The fullback is met at the line of scrimmage. Forward progress stopped there. No gain. It'll be 3rd and goal.
What a play by Elijah Phillips, the sophomore linebacker, meeting him in the hole and drove him backwards.
And that'll be the last play of the 3rd quarter as we check out this Chuck Fleischman replay. Rockwood will have an entire end of quarter to talk about what they're going to do on 3rd down here, as we've got a good one. Gridlocked at 14, but Rockwood is knocking on the door.
Hi, I'm Ray Varner, and we've got the vehicles you need to make the most of this season.
Whether you're exploring the great outdoors or cheering on your favorite team, let's take your fall to the next level. In a 2017 F-150 Crew Cab XLT 4x4, $38,990. 2020 Ford Escape Titanium All-Wheel Drive, $29,990. 2017 Subaru Outback Limited, $23,899. At Ray Varner Ford in Clinton, we are your East Tennessee Ford dealership. Come and see us today. Shop RayVarnerFord.com.
Welcome back to your OEB Law Game of the Week. Rockwood's got a big 3rd and goal here. Ball spotted at the 5-yard line. Turner lines up with Derek Houston in the backfield. And on the end around, it is Waldo. Waldo trying to get to the outside, dives for the pylon. He's in. Touchdown, Rockwood.
Yeah, it took advantage of everybody biting on the fullback, bounced it outside, got across the pylon.
And Waldo is deceptive with his speed.
Yeah.
He's a bowling ball, and it's almost like that bowling ball starts going downhill, and it's deceptive. Wayne Best in to attempt the extra point for Rockwood. Snap, set, kick is on the way. It is good. We've got a clean score now, 21-14 with 11:52 left to go in this third quarter, or in this game rather, as we see the Chuck Fleischman replay. What a run by Waldo.
It really was. A great job by the Rockwood offensive line, getting outside and getting some hat on a hat so that Waldo could get to the pylon.
So OEB Law donates $1,000, a whole $1,000 check each week during Rivalry Thursday and during our games on Friday nights to a high school club or student. The best exemplifies school spirit, and who better to exemplify school spirit than Rockwood Athletic Director / head boys basketball coach Paul Kamikawa out there to receive that check for Rockwood High School. Such a great thing that OEB Law does and helps, especially these smaller schools, so much.
Yeah, they do so much for the communities around East Tennessee, and we're just totally appreciative of it.
The student section bouncing on these concrete bleachers. These are metal bleachers.
I hope they're not concrete.
I was about to say. And here's Rockwood. They kicked it in that little hole like we were talking about, coming up to get it and being bounced down at the 20-yard line for Oneida.
David Collett, the junior, 5'11", 170 pounds, coming in big on kickoff.
On that return was Deshaun Brabson.
They took advantage of what we talked about earlier, the 20-yard gap of Oneida players, and it gave the defenders, the kickoff team, an opportunity to get downfield, to close that distance, and to stop them on a very short gain.
I got to tell you, too, that the ball that's shaped funny, I know it's a cliche, but Brabson had to scoop that thing up, and if he couldn't have handled that, you could have seen a turnover there. Hammers 1st and 10 for Oneida. Here is Buttram, hands off, Morgan. Morgan gets up to about the 23, and that's it.
Gavin Evans coming in big for the tackle there. Evans has had a pretty daggum good game defensively for Rockwood tonight.
And Rockwood has done a really good job in this second half at bottling Morgan up. You wonder, though, is Oneida going to try to take advantage of that here like they did to score that touchdown, fake that handoff? You've got Buttram, your second running back in there playing quarterback.
Well, you got to play discipline football because it's just option football. Somebody's got to respect that quarterback.
This time it is going to Morgan. Morgan starts to his right and is taken down in the backfield. Dakota Waldo.
Taking on the block, shedding, making a good job running those feet. Good job getting a good secure tackle. Waldo's a really good defensive player. I think that goes unnoticed sometimes.
Well, we talked about how he's like a bowling ball out there with deceptive speed on offense, but that works to his advantage on defense too.
Yeah, he is super strong too. I think you'd be surprised with how strong he really is.
This time, lining up deep in the backfield is Morgan, and Buttram under center. Morgan, they fake the handoff to him, and they're going to try a screen pass to the outside. That's going nowhere, and Oneida's going to have to punt this football.
Who? Fickey coming in big. Anytime the ball's in the air, Fickey is around the play. I can guarantee you that.
That pass was caught by Oneida tight end Hunter Shoemaker, but Rockwood stayed home, and Fickey making the play there.
Fickey recognized the play, got back in position, which limited Oneida.
Oneida faked a punt on their last drive, which led to a score. This time, though, Morgan is going to punt this one away. That's the punt we've been waiting for, and it's not going to count.
Look at that.
We've got flags on the play. The back judge.
Look where that punt landed, Aaron. 4-yard line.
Wow.
What is that, about a 60, 70-yard punt? 60-yard punt?
And you know Rockwood coaches are yelling at Dryston Turner and Jaden Hannibal, and they're saying, you better not let that thing hit the ground.
Look how far back they're backing up now. You better keep somebody short.
So this penalty's on Rockwood, and it's a 5-yard penalty, which makes it a 4th and 3.
You better watch the ball if you're Rockwood.
Morgan's going to kick this one away, too. And this one is good, but not as good, as it's taken at 31 by Hannibal. Hannibal, look at that. Gracious. Brought down at the 37, but looked like he was going to have a chance to try to spring that one, too.
And Hunter Shoemaker, number 24 of Oneida, came in big on the tackle there to keep the play limited.
I've not seen it, but I bet Jaden Hannibal is also a very good basketball player.
I'd say that's a pretty good bet.
As you look at the bottom of your screen there, Dryston Turner gets taken down, and after that play, gets up and exchanges some words.
Rockwood hurries to the line. I like the body language.
Hammers 1st and 10 from the Rockwood 37. Wing T set. Turner fakes a handoff. Now on a sweep play is Hannibal. Gets up to the 40, and he is thrown down. On the tackle for Oneida is Elijah Phillips.
And Rockwood has kept going back to that counter play, and it's there. It is totally there. If you break one tackle, that's going to be a huge gain. So they see something they like there. You see he's got blockers in front of him. If he's able to shed one blocker there, he's continuing to run. Rockwood I've been really impressed with offensively all night.
Handoff up the middle. This is Worthy. Gets to the 41-yard line. A pickup of 1 will bring up 3rd and about 6.
Oneida got some good push with the defensive line and got pressure in the backfield, which caused the play. Big number 72 got some good pressure. And, again, number 42 and 32 for Oneida coming in big.
Big 3rd down here.
Caden Litton has had a pretty daggum good ball game for Oneida. Playing that nose guard position.
Oh, 2-minute motion.
And we've got a stoppage in play as Rockwood calls a timeout. I believe we were going to have an illegal motion right there, and Coach Webb is furious as he talks to his Rockwood Tiger team.
I am a Simplicity dealer. This business is my life, my career. If you need a new mower, I'll help you choose the model that will make your property look its very best, and even let you take a test drive. When it does need service, you can rely on my factory service training and genuine parts. Because I don't just sell products, I build relationships. I am a Simplicity dealer.
S.L. Bowman & Sons, 524 North Front Street in Rockwood.
And back at your OEB Law Game of the Week at Civitan Field as Rockwood takes the timeout, leading this one 21-14 here in the 4th quarter. We'd like to thank the City of Rockwood for sponsoring this game. The Mayor of Rockwood and council members Steve Bryant, Jason Jolly, Shane True, Mike Fuller, Harold Holloway, and Bobby Anderson, all big fans of the Rockwood Fighting Tigers, and hope they have a winning season this year. And they'll be in the playoff picture at the end of the season. As Mayor Brillo Miller would say, go Tigers, play hard tonight and win, win, win. Big 3rd down play, 3rd and 6, as Turner brings his team up to the line of scrimmage. And now we've got another stoppage in play, and Coach Tony Lambert wants a timeout, and he's mad at his team. Just screaming at them.
You hate to waste a timeout, let's be honest, because those are going to come in handy here in a little bit.
Well, we'll see what happens on this 3rd down play eventually.
Evans Mortuary has been serving the needs of families in and around Roane County since 1976. As established members of our hometown community, we understand the security of dealing with people you know you can trust. We build our reputation on this trust. The Evans family appreciates the confidence the community has expressed in us over the years and will constantly strive to earn that favor. Evans Mortuary, 805 North Gateway.
The Harriman Utility Board is committed to providing safe and reliable natural gas service to our customers in Harriman and Roane County through the use of safe operational procedures with trained and knowledgeable personnel. An odorant is added to natural gas and maintained to a certain level so that in the event of a gas leak it can be easily detected. If you smell or suspect a natural gas leak, please call the Harriman Utility Board at 882-3242.
Back at Civitan Field for third down. Turner pitches it out to Waldo, crosses the 40, runs somebody over, gets across the 45, and he has enough for the Hammers 1st and 10. I don't know if Oneida thought that he was going to just, fall down.
They probably thought he was going to try to run out of bounds.
Yeah, we were calling him a bowling ball, and he treated an Oneida defender there like a bowling pin. And now they're going to call for a measurement. This would depend on where they spot the football, because from our vantage point, you can't really tell where he goes out because you've got all those Rockwood players down there. But it looked like he hurdled the 45-yard line and got that first down. Look at the Rockwood coaches looking at it like they're trying to find a lost contact on the ground.
Trying to get the best angle for the view there.
Yeah. They took it away from us, but that's okay. That's fine. Ball spotted at the 47-yard line of Rockwood, and the Tigers have a first down thanks to that phenomenal run by Dakota Waldo. It's a Hammers 1st and 10. Clock continues to run. Well, I'm wrong. Clock's not running. He went out of bounds. 7:41 to go, though. Handoff, Turner up the middle. Worthy met and still falls forward for 3 yards. It looked like Turner was met in the backfield by C.J. King.
Parker Sieber, I believe, was the big guy in there. I could be wrong here.
Let's watch this Chuck Flashman replay.
Oh, you was right.
I'm always right.
Good eyes.
Except when I'm not. So Worthy somehow is able to get positive yardage after being met at the line of scrimmage. They officially give him the 49, which means it was a pickup of 2.
Well, if you're Oneida, you have got to be scraping at that football, trying to fight for a turnover here.
Turner under center. Handoff goes to Hannibal from right to left. Hannibal can't do anything there. He's met and dropped at the line of scrimmage.
Elijah Phillips again. I tell you, he is a dandy linebacker for Oneida. He's all over the field. He runs really well east to west, and he covers a lot of ground. I'm really liking this guy. You see there on the replay, he really does a good job. He gets his head across the ball. Does a good job sealing him off.
And Hannibal that time is like when you walk by a doorknob and your coat gets stuck in it and it jerks you back really fast. That's what that looked like right there. So 3rd and long. 3rd and 9 as Turner sends one wide out.
Screen draw.
Oneida jumps. And Turner looked up and he's like, you going to call it? You going to call it? And finally, the line judge did call it. Oneida with the encroachment. That's going to cost Oneida 5 yards. That's huge.
That's massive, especially in this type of game with both teams running the football like they do. 5 yards is huge. Now you got 3rd and manageable.
That is from 3rd and 9 to 3rd and 4. That is such a big difference. It also moves the ball into Indian territory as Turner again brings his team up to the line of scrimmage. 5:40 left to go in this game. And now we've got a timeout. Coach Webb did not like what he saw, and he's getting ready to give his team a blessing.
You call your agent with a simple question, only to get sent to voicemail again. We pick up the phone. I get this. Hello, this is Sam. How can I help you? Like I said, we pick up the phone because it's ringing. That's simple human sense.
Ask Griffin Insurance Agency in Kingston if auto owners make sense for you.
Hello, this is Sam.
I gotta go shower.
It's laundry night.
Dishwasher needs to run.
And the hot water wars. A Renai tankless water heater gives you an endless supply of hot water for everything you need to do.
Feel the comforts of home with natural gas. Natural gas tankless water heaters cost almost 3 times less to operate annually than the electric models. Make the switch today.
Renai, hot water for all.
Back at Civitan Field, Rockwood with a big 3rd and 4 out of the timeout. 5:38 left to go in this game. The Tigers maintain a 7-point lead, 21-7. This game has been every bit as good as we thought it would be.
Big 3rd down here for Rockwood. Oneida has got to stop them.
Worthy in the backfield. Sends Hannibal in motion, fakes the handoff to him, and Worthy.
Holy moly. C.J. King coming in with a smackdown. Looked like he was unblocked.
Somebody call OEB Law. Worthy needs a check after that wreck. Look at this.
Yeah, that missed him up front, and he came unblocked and laid a hit, son.
C.J. King running at him like a dog whose owner just got back from vacation.
Keep an eye on this punter.
Wow. That's an end-over-ender that bounces and just kind of goes straight up in the air at the 26-yard line of Oneida. So the Indians, with 4:50 left to go in this game, will have an opportunity to tie it up as we look at this punt. New punter in the game. It's interesting. It's normally Droston Turner is the starting punter for Rockwood. Not this time. But I do believe that was Rockwood's first punt of the night.
Wow, that's impressive, guys. I mean, their offense has been on point tonight. So I've been impressed with them. Oneida has got to put together a good drive here. Let's see what they elect to do. Under center.
Morgan deep in the backfield. He will get the handoff and met at the line of scrimmage, still able to gain a couple, and this hammers 1st and 10.
Something didn't quite look right about that. The quarterback running back exchange there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, look, some kind of breakdown there.
Buttram was turned the wrong way.
Yeah. He came to the wrong side of him, which just
had the ball in the wrong
that whole
hand.
Play. Yep. Still picked up
a
game,
yard
though.
somehow. Yeah, so 2nd and 9.
Watch the sweep. Watch the sweep.
Got a bunch formation to the left. Morgan deep in the backfield. Tight end lined up to the right. And here's Morgan on the pitch. Morgan gets to the outside. Does a little stutter step before he's driven out of bounds.
Yeah, it's about the only play they've ran out of that tight bunch play is the sweep. But Fickey did a great job trying to get outside, and Morgan just outran him. He lost contain, and sometimes you just get outrun.
If you're Oneida on this drive, you've got 4:01 left to go in the game. You just got to keep those sticks moving. So far, they've done that. Hammers 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun formation, Buttram, handoff, goes to Morgan. Morgan falls ahead to the 41-yard line. Just a pickup of 1 will bring up 2nd and 9. Yeah, they gave him 1.5. Oneida content. Stick with your bread and butter. And the Indians' bread and butter this season has been Colby Morgan. And he's in the backfield again. Buttram fakes the handoff, goes up the middle, quarterback dive, and Buttram still on his feet, breaks away, going up the right sideline, tackled at the Rockwood 40. A pickup on that play of 18 yards will bring up a Hammers 1st and 10.
He is straight bullying folks there. This guy is a big quarterback. Watch him on this replay. Watch this right here against Waldo for I mean, that's impressive. I think they need to let him run that rock a little bit more than they are.
All right, Hammers 1st and 10 again. Buttram with Morgan in the backfield. This time Morgan does get it, and he's brought down again after being hit and met at the line of scrimmage.
I know Oneida isn't very comfortable throwing the ball, but I tell you what, they could fake that and hit that slant, and he's going to run that on in there. He's gimpy coming up.
Oneida very patient tonight with this. They set it up with Morgan, and it's almost like they lull you to sleep.
Well, do you see any panic in Oneida?
None.
None. They are a well-coached ball club.
3 wideouts to the far side or the near side of the field, and here is another.
He said, "Get off me."
Buttram.
Get off me.
Treats that Rockwood defender like someone hanging on to a merry-go-round that's going too fast.
Now this is impressive.
Look at this.
Get off me.
Wow.
Yeah, you're going to have to hand the ball off now, big dog.
3rd and 5. A big 3rd and 5 as we go under 90 seconds left to go in this game.
Have to see a little more urgency out of this Oneida team.
Yeah,
with 1:18 left.
There's no panic, but you got to speed it up a little bit. As here's a pitch. Now here's a reverse. As going back the other direction for Oneida. Breaks a tackle, gets across the line to gain, and we've got a Hammers 1st and 10.
What a play call, but I tell you, that clock is still running, guys.
That was Brabson.
He's a really good athlete for them. Buttram coming in with a big block against number 69 there. This quarterback for Oneida can do a little bit of everything.
And like you said, the clock's running. We're under a minute left. Now, Oneida does have 2 timeouts. Buttram from the shotgun formation. Fakes the handoff to Morgan. Buttram goes around the left side, gets out of bounds, tackled outside the boundary by Waldo, and looks like he gets to the 18-yard line. And if he does, he's going to be about 3 yards shy of the 1st down.
A lot of time ran off that clock.
Yeah, it's one of those situations you looked out and you said, do you see any panic in Oneida? But now it's like, I wish Oneida would panic a little bit, get some fight or flight, and fight to end this ball game. Rockwood wants to take a timeout with 35.7 seconds left. And so we're going to keep it right here for now. This is a huge, huge possession. This game coming down to the wire exactly like we thought it would. So I know that the mayor of Rockwood and council members, Steve Bryant, Jason Jolly, Shane True, Mike Fuller, Harold Holloway, and Bobby Anderson, who are all big fans of the Rockwood Tigers, are hanging on by the edge of their seat right now. And Mayor Brillo Miller is saying, go Tigers, win, win, win. So
I can hear him too.
yeah, Brad Jones says he can hear him. We are on the Rockwood side of the field. We've got these Rockwood fans, and they've been raucous tonight. Great atmosphere, great football weather, and a great football game. So Rockwood takes that timeout right there. Is it just a what is that? You just reset on defense and say, hey, it's 35 seconds.
Just regroup. He ran out of bounds, so you're not stopping the clock. Just talk it over here. But I'm interested to see what Oneida does here. 35 seconds and you're a run-oriented team.
It's Buttram in the backfield with Morgan. Buttram takes the pass, looking, goes to the end zone. That pass is way overthrown. So no time, the clock stops, and we've got a 3rd and 4.
Look at your top of the screen there. Wide receiver wide open.
Rockwood all over that one. Do you kind of wish they would have run that to the other side of the field?
I would have in that situation, because you don't want to – it's hard for your wideout to get separation on the short side of the field, especially with the safety sitting right there. You go to the far side of the field, but they probably don't trust the quarterback.
3rd and 3. Buttram takes the snap, and they're running the same play. And now Buttram's just going to have to keep it. He dives for the first down, crosses the 15. I believe he's got it. So here's the situation. They're going to give – he got the first down, and Oneida's going to take a timeout with 20.9 seconds left. The Indians will have 1 remaining. What you could have done in that situation, the clock stops to reset the chains, so you could have killed it. You could have clocked it, but Oneida electing to take a timeout. You can't take them with you to the next game, so you might as well use them with 20.9 seconds left. You're 14 yards from the end zone. What's the strategy for Coach Webb's team? You know you have to keep them out of the end zone, so what do you do?
Well, I tell you, I'm going to have somebody, maybe 2, spying on Colby Morgan, because do not keep your eyes away from a draw. I know that sounds crazy, but with a running back such as Colby Morgan, anything's possible. You could see a little draw, a little halfback out, but man, you about have to get the ball in his hands.
This is such an excellent football game.
Let's see what they do.
First and 10. A Hammers 1st and 10. Buttram in the backfield. Rolls to his right. Is looking. Lets it go to the end zone. No one is home. 2nd and 10.
No harm, no foul. You still got a couple opportunities here.
You lose 6 seconds on that play.
Buttram's slow to get up.
Let's look at this Chuck Fleischman replay and see what can happen to it. Was he hit as he threw or after? Oh, yeah. Oh. That looked like it hurt.
Big play.
And it didn't look dirty to me.
No, that's perfect.
That's a clean play.
That's a perfect play by the linebacker there. Just unfortunate. It hurt. Hit him right in the midsection. Probably knocked out all the air.
You see Coach Tony Lambert out there with his quarterback. Coach Lambert's a highly religious man, preaches the love of Jesus Christ to his team. He was there when Colby Morgan's younger brother Isaac was in that car accident and rode in the ambulance with him and prayed over him on the way to the hospital. I want to give a plug to 5-Star Preps. They were at Oneida for the game following that car accident, and the video is up on YouTube for anybody to see. An incredibly emotional video. It's only about 8 minutes long, but you get to get inside the head of the emotions of those players going through that. So here is a 2nd and 10. 3 wideouts to the right side of the field. Daugherty back into the game, and that ball's batted up in the air, incomplete.
What a play by the Rockwood defensive lineman, big number 69. Jackson Kelly batting down the ball at the line of scrimmage. You watch the guard position here, the big 69 jumps, swats the cookie down.
He does, and Daugherty takes a shot. Instead of Rockwood, maybe Rock World, because Daugherty got his world rocked right there. Ball at the 14-yard line, 3rd and 10, 10.3 seconds left. and Oneida is going to use its last timeout to try to set something up here. That would indicate to me that they're going to go through the end zone, right? You have to if you're going to use your last timeout here.
Yeah, and that's not what Oneida football is about right here. So, you know, they're uncomfortable in this situation. So it's untelling what they'll come out here with. But they're playing their quarterback, number 7. You know, he was replaced midway by Buttram, and he just had to go out. It looks like he's going back to the sideline now. Buttram's coming back in for the final play of the game.
So what we hope is Buttram just had the air knocked out of him. As you said, that hit went right to his midsection where he was shaken up on the play. So a 3rd and 10 with 10 seconds left.
Looks like
Rockwood 2 plays away potentially from earning a home playoff berth.
Keep your eye on the tight end position, number 24.
Buttram,
stand and block.
3-step drop. Now he's got to step up. He's got to run it. He's brought down. That's the last thing you wanted, as time will expire and the Rockwood Tigers are going to win this football game. And look at the players celebrating. This is such a huge win for this program.
What a job by Rockwood all night long offensively. They did a really good job of attacking Oneida, staying at it, trusting the process, and capitalizing. Securing the home playoff. And this is one environment that nobody wants to come play in.
That's okay.
Just please don't hurt yourself, guys.
Yeah.
Coach Webb will have a stroke if you tear your ACL out there hooping and hollering.
Yeah, you remember when, was it Martin Gramatica did that?
The kicker for Tampa Bay sure did.
Yeah, tore his ACL celebrating. So, wow, we had a good one tonight as Rockwood wins by a final score of 21-14. So I want you, as a coach, because I know all this is going through your mind, talk me through those last couple of plays if you are – first, let's start with Rockwood. Talk me through those last couple of plays.
Well, first off, you're excited because you got Oneida behind the 8 ball. They're having to throw the football, which is not their strength. So, absolutely, you're sitting back and you're just rushing, trying to get some pressure at this guy. And as long as you cover the wide receivers, you feel pretty good about yourself. So play simple football defensively. And Oneida, you're uncomfortable. This is not what you want. You're in scoring position, but you're a little uncomfortable having to throw the football at this time. You wasted a lot of time. Clock management really killed Oneida there on that last final drive. If the coaches could have called a little timeout here or there, maybe an Oneida player get out of bounds, you might have a tie ball game right now.
All right, so now talk me through like the last play. The quarterback, Buttram's in there. He's looking to pass, and do you think he just stepped up too far and realized, oh my gosh, I can't throw it now?
Yeah. And again, that's just unfamiliarity with a lot of throwing game. He stepped up a little too far, and he noticed, oh gosh, I just stepped across the line of scrimmage. I've got to run this football with probably no time left on the clock, and pure panic sets in. And unfortunately for Oneida, he was tackled short, and Rockwood secures the win.
This was really a clean game by both teams.
Overall, well, again, that goes back to the coaching staffs. These are two of the better coaching staffs around. Oneida football with Tony Lambert. I mean, you can't find any better. And Rockwood, Coach Webb. I mean, Coach Webb has, I don't know how many former head coaches on the sideline. I know Coach Davis and Coach Webb. I mean, they got 50 or 80 years of experience between the two of them. And same can be said with Oneida. So, yeah, that's why you've seen a clean game. A lot of coaching experience on both sides of the sideline.
And what's important about this, we talked about it, is there are only 5 teams in the region. That's it. There's just 5. And so both of these teams get beat by Meigs County. But then you've got the next in line, and that's Rockwood, that's Oneida. And so the winner of this game, it's going to be a home football game for Rockwood now. They've made it. As we look at these final stats, Rockwood with 10 first downs to Oneida's 15. Rushing yards, Oneida with 243. That's not surprising. Rockwood with 151 passing yards, 51. Look at the total yards there. Oneida actually outgains Rockwood 250 to 202.
The biggest thing that jumps off that screen to me is that time of possession, because when you play two offenses like this, a wing T, run-oriented team, whoever has the ball the longest and definitely has the most rushing yards is usually going to win the ball game. But that turnover came in huge for Oneida on losing this ball game.
Yeah, it's what's the first maxim from General Nealon? The team that makes the fewest mistakes will win the ball game. And you see that turnover, that fumble recovery by Story.
That and clock management.
Yeah. And that was the story of this football game. So Rockwood, a very impressive win. If you think about the journey that this Rockwood team has taken,
wow,
to be in Week 7 and come away with a huge region win against this Oneida team. And again, we anticipated a great football game. Last year's game, Oneida won 32-27. I mean, these two teams, 5 out of the last 6 have been one-score ball games. It's always a great football game, and I'm so glad that we were able to be in attendance for it.
Oh, it is. You never want to miss this matchup. It's like an Oneida-Cofield game, really. Rockwood always brings their best, and this is just a classic matchup. These two teams are so similar athletically, and coaches are very similar. They're both big on defense and run the football, and really the programs are similar as well. Oneida kind of dominating that Scott County area and Rockwood down here. And I tell you, it always brings up a good game. And the crowd at this game tonight was just immaculate. Good weather, good experience. I think everybody's leaving happy.
Some scores of interest. We'll run down through here, and then we'll get the 5-Star Preps Friday night scoreboard show, and then that will go more in depth with it. Oliver Springs in the fourth quarter up on Harriman 24-18. That game is a lot closer than I expected it would be.
It really is. So Harriman's doing something right. They're playing some really good defense, obviously, because I thought Oliver Springs would be able to run the ball at will against Harriman.
Farragut up in the fourth quarter over Science Hill 35-13.
And Cofield 44 midway 20 with 10:29 left to go in the fourth quarter. That's a big score.
That is a big score. Cofield, as we mentioned in the pregame, I think a lot of people expected Cofield to take just a step back, not fall off, but take a step back from last year. It doesn't look like there's any indication of that at all.
No, Cofield's staying strong and staying true.
How about Oak Ridge defeating Cards tonight, 56-14? So Coach Joe Gaddis gets the win. Maryville 35-0 over Fulton. That's interesting.
Yeah, Fulton and Austin East has been losing a lot of those athletes they would have coming up to the likes of Powell and West. So things have been kind of on a spiral for Fulton and Austin East in the last year or two.
I tell you what, this is such a big win for this Rockwood football program, and it's odd that these small schools, it's cyclical, it seems. It's every now and then, like, you're going to have a team that reaches expectations, and then every now and then you're going to have a team that reaches beyond expectations, and then the talent falls off a little bit. And it's not like college. You just can't go out there and reload and recruit and things like that. You have to wait until the next cycle of talent comes in and then maximize that talent. And for this Rockwood football team, it looks like it's in one of these periods where Coach Webb is getting the players that he can be successful with.
It is, and the same can be said with Oneida. They've got a little type of situation up there where, they got Scott County sitting in the back door. So whoever has the most success early with all those, 4 or 5 middle school programs in Scott County, that kind of dictates where those kids choose to go to high school. So Tony Lambert's been winning that battle as of lately, getting those really good younger athletes coming to Oneida. And Rockwood is a little different situation. You don't have 4 or 5 high school or middle schools to choose from. You got your middle school football program, the Rockwood Rams, and those guys do an immaculate job. This high school staff is very involved with the middle school staff, and when those kids transition from middle school to high school here at Rockwood and Oneida, they're all speaking the same language. It's familiar, so they're able to adjust to that offense really fast.
That's a really good point as well. I knew some people growing up in Scott County, and you do have all those middle schools. You've got Robbins, you've got Birchfield, you've got Huntsville, and so when those kids graduate middle school, it's kind of like a selection process. Like it's like the PJ kids in Morgan County. It's like, are we going to Coalfield? Are we going to Wartburg? And so it's like that in Scott County as well.
I knew a coach in high school. It was in Texas, and what they would do, similar situation, they would have a signing day for the middle school eighth graders to come to his school. And let me tell you, he had a lot of success doing that. And they won a lot of football games down there. But each school has its own uniques, and Oneida has that very good situation up there.
Yeah, I would say so. So Rockwood gets the win tonight over Oneida. We're through 7 weeks of football.
Yeah, time flies when you're having fun, doesn't it?
It does. And this game right here was definitely fun. Let's go ahead, and I want to get your prediction on tomorrow, a noon kickoff for this Tennessee football team. And what was your assessment last week?
Overall, really good. I was excited. Hey, whenever you have 50 players missing because of COVID, there's a lot of unknowns. And I was really excited with that defense. They were moving around, and they looked really well. There was a lot of freshmen playing. That offensive line was dominating at spurts. And I really like the running game. I'd like to see more out of the running game. I'd like to see more throws out of the running game. But I tell you, defensively, they really impressed me. Jarrett Garantano, pretty slow start, but guess what he didn't do? He didn't turn the ball over.
Yeah.
He did not play a bad game. He had one rushing touchdown, one passing touchdown. Let's see him take that next step. He's a fifth-year senior. There's no more excuses. I was leaning too much. None of that stuff. Hey, fifth-year senior, you're about 23, 24-year-old. Learn from your mistakes now.
Yeah, he threw off his back foot a lot in that game, and so that led to some high passes, and that's a mechanical issue that you can work on this week. And
it's a mechanical issue, but as a fifth-year senior, it's
one you shouldn't make.
It's one you shouldn't make. So hopefully he makes that adjustment really now. He's lucky he's got Jim Chaney as offensive coordinator. He's a quarterback guru. He'll get that corrected, and I expect a pretty good win tomorrow for the University of Tennessee.
And Cade Mays.
Cade Mays
cleared
back.
to play.
What a big addition. Just right down the road. He lives in Kingston, Tennessee, where his dad played high school football, was an all-everything player. So, yeah, I expect him to have a major impact on that offensive line.
How about that? You think that somebody like Cade Mays is a future NFL player? Very familiar with exit 352.
He's got it tattooed on his arm.
Yeah, he does. That's right. He sure does.
The Kingston exit.
All right. So we hope that you have enjoyed this broadcast, because I have. This is what makes it fun to broadcast.
No, it is. And thank you to OEB for allowing us to broadcast these games, because there's a lot of people who just don't feel comfortable enough to come out to these football games because of COVID-19. So you're providing a service to a lot of people that would otherwise not be able to see their loved ones play football.
That's right. So for some detailed scores in the area, call-in show as well. You've got David Queener and Jonathan Cox going to host that Five-Star Preps Friday night scoreboard show coming up.
Tune into this, guys. They do a really good job on it. It's awesome every night.
They do an excellent job. And so with that, I got to say, for all of the BBB TV staff, the coach James Hoot Gibson, Brad Jones,
the cameramen, what a job they do. Up here on this freezing cold.
They do.
Chandler over here, stats are always on point. Brad doing everything that he does over here, operating. Looks like he's landing planes over here.
It certainly does. He does a great job. So we thank you so much for tuning in, and look forward to having a broadcast next week. But until we get there, so long, folks.
And OEB Law is excited for a season full of big hits, perfect plays,
and those nail-biting near misses. If you've been injured, OEB Law will come to your defense and tackle any obstacles blocking you from scoring a full and fair settlement. Call OEB Law 865-546-1111 and turn your wreck into a check.
Evans Mortuary has been serving the needs of families in and around Roane County since 1976. As established members of our hometown community, we understand the security of dealing with people you know you can trust. We build our reputation on this trust. The Evans family appreciates the confidence the community has expressed in us over the years and will constantly strive to earn that favor. Evans Mortuary, 805 North Gateway.
I am a simplicity dealer. This business is my life, my career. If you need a new mower, I'll help you choose the model that will make your property look its very best, and even let you take a test drive. When it does need service, you can rely on my factory service training and genuine parts. Because I don't just sell products, I build relationships. I am a simplicity dealer.
SL Bowman & Sons, 524 North Front Street in Rockwood.
Hi, I'm Ray Varner, and we've got the vehicles you need to make the most of this season.
Whether you're exploring the great outdoors or cheering on your favorite team, let's take your fall to the next level in this new 2020 Ford F-150, $24,990. New 2020 Ford Explorer XLT, $40,986. New 2020 Ford Fusion, $19,698. At Ray Varner Ford in Clinton, we are Ford Truck Country. Come and see us today. Shop RayVarnerFord.com.
The Harriman Utility Board is committed to providing safe and reliable natural gas service to our customers in Harriman and Roane County through the use of safe operational procedures with trained and knowledgeable personnel. An odorant is added to natural gas and maintained to a certain level so that in the event of a gas leak it can be easily detected. If you smell or suspect a natural gas leak, please call the Harriman Utility Board at 882-3242. We can be reached 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Planning a funeral can be difficult at best, but it can be a lot easier if you work with people who care. That's Davis Funeral Home in Harriman and Wartburg. Davis Funeral Home gives attention to every detail, ensuring your loved ones will be remembered with honor and integrity. Davis Funeral Home works very hard to give you the most professional service possible. Davis Funeral Homes, Morgan Avenue in Harriman and Old Mill Road in Wartburg. Davis Funeral Homes, people who care.
You call your agent with a simple question, only to get sent to voicemail again. We pick up the phone. Did you get this? Hello, this is Sam. How can I help you? Like I said, we pick up the phone because it's ringing. That's simple human sense.
Ask Griffin Insurance Agency in Kingston if auto owners make sense for you.
Hello, this is Sam.
I gotta go shower.
It's laundry night.
Dishwasher needs to run.
And the hot water wars. A Renai tankless water heater gives you an endless supply of hot water for everything you need to do.
Feel the comforts of home with natural gas. Natural gas tankless water heaters cost almost 3 times less to operate annually than the electric models. Make the switch today.
Renai, hot water for all.
Don't dig blind. Buried utilities are everywhere. Always contact 811 before you dig to have your utilities marked.
1952. That's the year Hammers opened the first store in East Tennessee. Now there are 5 stores and there's always something new. Like in Hammers' popular ladies' boutique department, you'll find the lowest price possible on new arrivals every week. Find similar deals in the men's department and the expanded rug department. Plus, special purchases always offer surprise savings. You never know what you'll find next at Hammers.